Right, let's see. That'll be it for the after-study report and the conclusion of the Beast Warrens project. I imagine it's going to be quite the council meeting. It's going to be quite the headache today, isn't it? Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What was that? I just saw him running after. Victor?
Surrounds that have been dug up.
Victor, is something wrong? You were running around quite urgently this morning.
Quite. We'd gotten notice just before yesterday about an attack, possibly, by a certain gang of ours. Talking about wanting to take the town unless we bend the knee, which you know is not happening.
Quite so.
Been up for most of the night trying to watch over things as best I can. There's a couple of dug up spots here, but could use us as cover potentially.
Let's see.
They look like small mounds of dirt. Not anything that could cover, but like something was dug up.
Do we see anything inside any of the holes?
You can do it.
They're covered up. Like something was possibly buried.
Do me a favor, back up.
Sure thing.
Measure hand touches something with pressure. You move your hand away? Yeah. Boom. You are thrown back.
Victor! What was that?
That wasn't mine.
Not fragmentation, just a repulsion.
There are fucking
Not gonna
mines
kill you,
in the dirt.
But definitely would knock you disorientated.
Are all of those mounds out there mines?
There's a damn good chance, unless you want me to go figure it out.
No, I'm not encouraging you to go potentially finding out if any of those could hurt you.
I will say, there's no fragmentation anywhere.
Well,
Oh. Take that however you will.
that is only a minor relief out of a still massive problem.
I know the farmers are gonna have a time. I can try to see about getting the soldiers out here to start clearing them, but I don't exactly think we have any kind of explosive people to deal with it.
I think at this point we'd have to try to find some way for something remotely piloted to detonate them from afar. Something that obviously isn't alive. We'll have to let the others know about this.
Not a bad idea.
Thank you for your watch, by the way.
You're welcome. If you want to go ahead and call the others, go ahead.
I will see where they're at. The sergeant was with me just a bit ago.
Ah. Nope.
And
God asking me to check.
there is a problem outside that he just discovered.
What's the problem?
There appears to have been some individuals that have planted some sort of concussive mines out on the, I believe, eastern path out that way. We just discovered one of them, and he had the fortune of detonating one, but fortunately was not hurt. However, there's God knows how many more out there along the road. No idea who put them there either.
Landmine's gold. Out east.
I believe that's west.
That's right.
Yeah,
What Victor's doing.
no. Victor was the one who
Different ones?
Victor discovered them and wasn't sure what they were. Proceeded to get caught in the blast of one of them. Unfortunately, all it did was knock him on his ass. He was spending all of last night on watch for a potential attack from one of the gangs, from the sounds of it. So this happened while he was not looking. It is recommended that we find some way to get those cleared out without putting personnel in the way.
Aye. Having that set up couldn't mean that they'll take it as we strike first, rather than try to talk things peacefully.
Well, from the looks of it, it's like they're trying to keep us stuck within the city. Primarily to prevent any vehicles from leaving. You could probably dodge them on foot, but any larger vehicles would get certainly caught up on at least one of them.
Aye.
Do you have any way of dismantling them?
I do not know.
How's everyone ready for people showing up today at least? All your research is doing whatever they's doing, and we've got guards already patrolling.
The researchers
as
are
they
doing
can.
as they are, as usual.
We found mines outside, I'm sure you're already informed.
Yes.
Was that
At least
the
one
only
I stepped on
path?
didn't seem to be.
Or that
I did not check the...
So I saw you go down
didn't
towards the
notice the other
southern road.
Nothing happened through the southern road. Just the
I see.
southern.
At least I believe that's south.
Took me a
I,
little bit to get my bearings back.
I can't tell
South?
which direction. Okay.
East, north.
East, north, west.
All
Yep,
right.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But
The mines are north.
You know,
All right.
Yeah.
you're
Then it's-
sounding
We're
quite
very well
capable.
away.
Then it's the west road that has the problem.
Yeah. That's where they've been hanging out most of the time.
Well, there are now mines planted out there. At the very least, seems to be concussion ones. No fragmentation, at least for the one that he reached
So-
down and touched.
So just blowback, no explosion fragments.
At least the one that he touched was. No idea about the rest of them.
Okay.
But there's
Fun.
quite a number of them out there. I don't think we got an accurate count, but they were all through the path. Pretty much as a means to keep that path from being traversable.
What's all? That's main priority because it's gangs. But do we have anything else on the docket after that?
Nothing that I'm aware of, except for the threats.
How many of you did I fill you in about the letter I received late yesterday?
Don't think so.
I received a letter from... We'll talk about it in the council meeting. It's not something for out in the streets. But it is a concern nonetheless.
If anything, we should try to have that as soon as we
I
can.
remember. I remember now. Okay. No. You told me about it.
Yes.
Be good to go over it anyways. I'm gonna go check in on them.
It'd be good to reiterate it, and for this meeting,
Yeah.
it may be good to have our guests from Runewald join us if they are free.
Okay.
Indeed.
How long till that meeting?
If anything, we should have it as soon as possible. So now.
Okay. I'll be right back.
So if you want to inform. Alright.
That
Do you want to find
Not informed.
Mr.
that
Jolene?
core of hers. Jolene is down there. I believe that is where the captain went.
Well
If you
then,
don't mind, I'm gonna be staying down here. Need to keep an eye out on the roads to make sure we don't have any kind of surprise attacks. The whole meeting business. I'll be real. That's always been more of a you guys thing. Respectfully.
To the guests.
Fair enough. Will you be in attendance?
Right?
Of course.
please just inform her.
At the very least, we have a representative from
Yes.
your side of things. If
Gold, you step forward onto a patch of grass that has grown through the concrete below you. It is vibrant red.
something the matter?
So, boss man.
What the?
There's grass breaking through.
Oh. More effects from the shrine.
Oh,
might-
you're right. I completely forgot about the shrine. Oh boy. Oh
Did
boy.
you?
Deal with that.
Yeah. I totally barely got any sleep last night. I'm just really coping right now.
I might have an idea in mind, but I'll need the assistance of Clink to get this core tuned. We might be able to use it to potentially interact with that door that had sealed itself. Reverse its time, effectively.
Morning.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You have feet?
Getting our stretches in, you know?
Alright.
No
If
one
So the
anything,
wardens do
let's
it.
quickly have this meeting and get to action.
Right.
Yeah.
Let us get going then.
We're getting into too much trouble.
Oh, come on.
Do the guests usually stay on the upper level?
Yes.
I can see if they're up and about and
Yeah,
let them know that
start
they are encouraged to be a part of this meeting if they could be.
I informed their newer of the Runewald guest who's taking a walk that we're
Has
having
a
a meeting.
stereotype. That may not apply to me. I wish it did.
Knock knock.
Morning.
We are about to have a council meeting regarding the events of yesterday and other issues going forward. In this particular one, it is requested, if you are free, that you and the other guests from Reinhold were to join us for this one.
Oh, dang, I get to sit at the big kids' table? Sure.
Yes, you do.
Good day, Clink.
Good day.
We're just about to get started.
Our Professor Gus can
Well, you have those too. Those are the beefeats.
I do have the beanies.
But if they are, they're sleeping. You shouldn't disturb them.
It's okay. At least I save money on shoes.
What
Can't
are we
you, like,
talking about?
Almost walk up a wall.
We're talking about
My
jelly beans.
my foot.
I see.
Someone pointed out, and I never noticed that like I lack feet. Like I don't have them. How does it feel to have
Well,
toes?
you have them. They're just.
You have feet.
currently asleep, so
Yeah, but how
When
does
they
it
wake,
feel
they
to have
wake.
toes?
Alright.
They're kind of
But at the very
Yeah.
least,
Well,
you
if
get
they
to
are
have
still
balance
here, they'll
because you can
see.
sort of,
Well,
like,
one
you
of
know,
us will see them
do
as they're
this.
coming down, so we can
Having heels.
Wait.
bring them
How
over.
like fingers?
No.
Not as dexterously, but yes.
Will this be the quorum
Well-
for the time
I don't
being?
know.
then?
I don't know if that's just a you thing. I've never been able to move my toes properly, like my fingers.
Alright, everyone.
Not
Technically
Let's
speaking, that
get this meeting underway.
that is a byproduct of you wearing shoes.
So,
You'd
first
deform your
order
feet
of
by doing
business.
that.
These
Doctor,
gangs, they
I
light
can
our
try.
minds. These gangs, they split out mines on the East Road. Do we have a means to dismantle them?
West
preferably,
West Road.
preferably without them being detonated in the process.
Yes.
I could potentially see if anybody from the mechanics division has something among their pet projects. I believe, if anyone, maybe researcher Kara might. Something that could be
Alright.
controlled from a distance as to not endanger anybody up close.
worst case scenario, you throw a rock at it.
Do we know how
Much
many
rather
do we
not
have
know.
at least? Do we know
It-
how
We do
many
not
is
know
out
how
there?
many there are, but if we can get your men,
We should probably
We're
make
gonna
a
escort.
public announcement then for people. Just to not go out.
well, the plan
I know
is
many of
for
the
your
townsfolk
to go
likes
out
to
and
go out
disable
on-
them without them knowing that they're disabled.
The guards outside
So
should
we'll
be
do that
keeping
as soon as we
everybody
can.
Alright, that's good. That's what I was worried.
Now, once that is handled, we'll have scouts determine what the gangs are going to additionally do. And then we'll plan that. But now for the more important matter, I believe. There are the shrine. There are plant life growing through the streets.
Is
Breaking
starting to
through the
take
concrete.
is starting to take effect even through non-organic locations, it seems.
It's gonna overgrow the city. Okay. Well, do we have any ideas on?
They will start.
Do we have?
We will start.
Do you have any ideas on how you're gonna handle that? Because it's like way above my ability.
Potentially a way to interact with the shrine even though it had sealed itself, get more information from it, but in order to do that, we need to get this core tuned. If the properties
By the way,
have any indication of what I believe they might be able to do, it might allow us to reverse its course to some degree.
Okay. Wow.
For that, I will need your help, Clink.
Happy to be of assistance.
Why does
Excellent.
nobody know that I'm the core guy? What the fuck?
That is true. He is the core guy.
Maybe because you slept in by
Have
3
you-
days?
Have you ever announced that you're that's
You
your
never
position,
told
like,
me
out
what you
loud?
did at all.
Yeah, a couple times, you know. The reason that you guys had a mech was me.
Okay,
Whatever.
here in this
Oh,
room,
good.
raise your hand if you knew, like, you ever heard him say that he's the core guy.
Why is this?
Well, clearly,
Conversation. Look, there's 2 hands.
clearly he didn't
The
want to
only
know
thing I
about
heard
it.
that he slept in 3 days.
There we go. That's your answer. That's why we no one knew you were the core guy. Now we do. Good.
But to be fair, that was because I asked him.
Okay, there we go. Then one person is because they had to directly ask you.
Ambassador Soul.
So-
Please have a seat.
Victor, I'm going
what
to
are the priorities?
I assume something has happened
Come
because
with a
you
bit
said
of a
you wanted to come
situation.
down. What happened?
Oh boy.
As you all know, we've got a notification that that gang might be attacking today. As it turns out,
What?
they just sent us a messenger.
That's bold.
He apparently... Oh, it was... A lot happened yesterday, unfortunately. He says he's only going to speak to leadership.
I'm never gonna get sick ever again, Aki. I miss too much shit.
If you want me plucking and pulling to get him to speak, I think this is the more tame option. I'll stay in between, so if he tries to do anything, you'll be protected.
Well, you're in full armor. You might be a little too scary.
Why don't I go? I'll be the middleman. Technically, I'm
That's-
leadership.
That's his job.
That's not.
I can't believe
You're not technically.
coming back.
I mean, here. I'll go. It's fine. I'm not as super scary as the other one, but
I don't think him going in armor is much of an issue, but I'm not really much of a politics person.
that's fine.
All that matters
He's
is whether or
got
not
it.
you kill the messenger. Usually.
This way.
Plus, I'm pretty sure it might be in part a trap so that they can kidnap them and then
That's the
have
diplomat.
something to have a hostage and stuff.
Well, maybe.
Well, given that we now have definite confirmation, given the letter I received yesterday, that the ringleader of the increased aggression is from the Raiden League. That... Yes. Their main wish is for Runewald to forego its ties with the Maxim Agreement and join the League instead. That is their main purpose for causing all of this trouble.
I don't understand why people are so short-sighted. We're already struggling enough, even just actually trying to work together.
Such is the way of those who chose to make their life by making others miserable.
I voted for the Falconers Party. Don't look at me.
It also could be just the fact that they're too pessimistic about the future. Short-sightedness is driven typically by pessimism,
I thought it was
and the not having the belief to
I
have
would
things
give
get
you a
better.
high five, but you're too far away.
It's the diplomat who tries to be on everyone's good side. I'll refrain from my politics opinions.
Regardless,
Smart.
they're going to continue their aggressions until they're either summarily forced to abandon their goals or the city gives in, and I'd prefer not to go with the latter. Even if I do know the person involved on a personal level.
He's not an easy person to get to back down.
I'm well aware.
Well, Vinny, are you gonna...
History?
I think you should focus on getting the
Oh, wait, is
things
it that
about
guy?
the mines.
It is.
Mines, like, thing get ready, right? I think that's important.
Shit!
Yes.
Just saying, the mine stuff, like, you know, the go boom boom if you step on it. I think it's important for us to, like, deal with it immediately.
So we're dealing with gangs first, then shrine, correct?
Okay, never mind then.
For the gangs are associated with the mines, Jollibee.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just worried because a lot of people say they like to go on like outside walks, and I don't want to be treating people missing limbs or like, you know, I already have
From
to
what
treat
I
people with
understand,
that.
they
Very
are
nasty.
At least the one that was detonated was a concussion mine, so the worst it would have is getting thrown back quite roughly. No fragmentation.
Actually, the worst thing that could happen is a fractured skull.
Yeah. Also, ruptured eardrums or internal damage.
But that's not the worst.
Alright, we're not having a pain Olympics here. We are. The point being,
Would you
the gangs and the
join me
mines
for
are
an aside a moment?
connected.
Alright, that's good, Eve.
Okay.
If you're able to coordinate the Wardens and military to identify a potential way to clear those out, because I will need time with...
Yeah.
I will need time with those two in order to prepare the core as it is, to be able to make an attempt on the shrine later. And get
Okay.
used to its capabilities.
Welcome to the 2 Core Club.
Technically, it's
Anyways.
free. You remember, there's one in the ring and one in the safe.
Yes, my name is Alexei. I'm so fancy. Let me just flex my 3 rings and 4 cars and 6 trains, 4 institutes.
You know, I didn't have to give you that core, you know.
I'm giving you shit. I mean, Alexei. Alright.
I'm well aware.
But
in either
I can try to think of
case,
something.
if you could, reach out to Kara, the drow individual. She might be able to give you she might have something that could potentially be controlled from a distance. See if they're willing to help you.
Okay. Well, you wanna go start on that then? Alright. Well, we'll go take care of that while you
Right.
work on your thing.
Alright, we're done here, actually, I think.
Right.
Sorry, what?
I think we're done here.
Boy. Okay. Well, we can go talk
What a great and eventful day.
You can stay there. No one's telling you to leave. Okay, get up anyways.
No, I gotta go now.
In that case, if you are both a duo in the regard of the core tuning, then perhaps the 3 of us are able to work on that and see if we can't get it fitted into the system with this. This one was originally designed to have 2 in it, and I only have had 1.
To be clear, I do know how to do core tuning. I did them on my own for quite a while, but then this one came around and had a super secret monkey hammering technique.
What?
That completely outclassed me. Okay, but in all seriousness, he's kind of sort of a genius, but I'm not actually going to say that to his face most of the time.
Very well. I will I will keep that in mind. We can take it downstairs
I
to
can
one
count
of
on my
the
3 fingers how many
labs.
people can make a fuse core of 2 elements with perfect precision.
Who are the other ones? Oh, wait. You don't have... Oh, no, you do. How many?
Let's see.
But who?
Come down to floor 12.
But that would require
I don't know
a few
why he
more
was there.
to ask him that question. I was there because you said they're literally in charge of
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Should be able to use one of the lab spaces back here. Just in here. Right.
Oh, this isn't the Alcoholics Anonymous room. I was hoping, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
That
drink?
that's
No,
down.
obviously.
That's down on 411. I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, they have a big room with just chairs in a circle.
Right.
Oh.
Give me a moment. I need to inform somebody. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Hi, Lulu. Are you free?
Give me just a moment.
Yeah, we have the core. We're on floor 12.
Hi. We are seeking divine consultation.
Ah, Kara. I actually told the warden captain to consult with you on if you had any, among your pet projects, anything that was a small, remotely controllable drone of sorts. Something that could potentially be used to deal with a situation out on the western roads. If you have anything like that,
I might need a few more details, but I'm sure there's one of the scrapped prototypes that had a remote control function.
Is it something that, if it's a scrapped prototype, are you particularly attached to it? Because there is a bunch...
You need to blow something up or stop something blowing up.
There are mines planted on the western highway out of the city.
Then you can't just throw rocks at them, make them explode from a distance. Or can you not see them?
Alright, become visible.
Maybe shoot them with a gun.
You know, that's actually a really good point. It's way safer to do that than to move them.
If you can see them, you can shoot them.
Potentially.
If they're buried, that's the issue, but it's a highway.
They
They're not
are...
going to dig up the asphalt.
They are actually buried. However, you can see the mounds, however, you'd still have to shoot into the ground and hope you strike them.
Anything remote controlled, it would detonate one, and then that's it. You
Well-
don't have a chance to detonate the others. I recommend just throwing a rock at them, or something heavy. I'm sure some of the Wardens are used to throwing heavy objects in a controlled...
Yes, probably like Bang, actually.
I can do that.
Bang probably would enjoy doing that.
Much simpler than remote control, which only works once and prone to...
Fair enough.
Which is why it was scrapped to begin with. But yes, we're in the computer lab as always, if needed.
Right. Anything I should be aware of from any of the others?
People are theorizing how to get back into the shrine, unsure what it does, trying to figure out
There might be a potential
get
idea
admin access.
with the core that we retrieved from the operation yesterday. We are going to be attempting to tune it here in a bit.
Interesting. By the way, just getting a general vibe. Do people want to shut it down or see what it does? Or at least just take passive readings until...
I believe the current theory, I believe the current operating theory is trying to figure out for certain what it does, but more than likely shut it down or reverse the effects, as it is starting to affect parts of the city itself. Some of those red patches of...
Is it makes some people queasy?
Well, there are some... The red patches of grass that are now starting to grow through the city itself, which means it could start breaking things apart.
We're not used to a world that's saturated mana. That's probably why we're getting queasy, like sea legs or something like that. And other things getting saturated with mana, we might need to adapt some technology, but
regardless,
honestly, I see it as a good thing. This is a unique opportunity to
the
allow
queasiness
an
is one thing, but
from the past to continue.
The way that it is currently ongoing, it has a risk of potentially growing into and destroying vital structures of the city, and then we are all doomed.
We need some sort of mana protective or mana conductive plating to divert the ambient energies, maybe feed it back into the system and actually use it.
But that's why we need to know specifically what it is doing.
That would be...
Diverting...
Imagine a kind of battery like that.
Diverting the energy is an idea, but if we don't know what it does...
Okay, great. So let's do something.
I have been put on hold by God. They're doing something.
God is going to be very busy today.
Yes, they are. But regardless, the goal is to understand what it is doing, because we can make a more informed decision about whether or not
moving forward.
It should.
Should we just keep up waves?
Yep.
Okay.
We got a little firebombed.
My personal opinion, even if we don't know what it does, I'd rather let it continue than shut it down. It's a very unique object, unlikely to ever encounter it again. We might end up lighting up like a beacon, but then we have a unique resource we can adapt to and use. Such as using that mana to fuel the Magus engine, we go faster, and we don't need to worry about monsters seeing us as a beacon. We just kite them around.
Only if it was able to be guaranteed, or at least with much greater certainty, that it is not going to be the end of the city. We've already had one of those problems recently.
Trying to shut it down could potentially make it explode, and that could be...
We're damned if we do, damned if we don't, Kara.
So we may as well don't. Because we can maybe trust that the scientists of the past knew what they were doing. This could be a project to regenesis.
The scientists of the past probably built them without them being in mind on being mobile platforms that move above the ground.
Yes, but I do see what she's trying to say. If things go according, and if things are doomed regardless, then it's very possible that this might actually fix the world.
What?
We could have mana again.
I highly doubt some people in the past would create a doomsday weapon in a shrine they own.
I'm not calling it a doomsday weapon. I'm saying that it was meant for being implanted in the proper ground, not on the moving city. And likely
it was possibly scooped up on accident.
The abnormalities we're seeing is because it is providing the amount of energy for a much wider space on an area that is constrained by the landmass that Runewald is sitting upon.
Do any of the engineers have easy access to, like, the internal workings?
I'm sure if we ask them.
Certainly.
Then why not just have people on active duty swapping in and out and having to cut grass whenever it gets too close to any of the inner workings?
I don't think
it's not like the grass is just appearing out of nowhere, right?
I'm more worried. I'm more worried about the pulses of mana going through the pulses of mana could be.
Ah,
Given how there was the disruption to various Magitech devices in the vicinity of that shrine, I'm worried that if the pulses increase in intensity, that they could very well overload the engine of the city.
oh, well then you should just make some
captured, or should I try to
shock locks.
sneakily escape?
Basically, they are
Let yourself be
additional
captured and
batteries
come back
to
after.
not only store extra electricity, but in order to basically prevent and they use this to basically prevent blackouts. So, big energy goes in, they forward it instead to these other charges to instead have whatever bad thing happen there. Because usually energy only goes in one direction. You just have to give it a direction to flow. And if it is,
You are hot, my king star.
if you just let it have its main pathway, and only pathway, be the main systems, and that's why everything just goes up in smoke. But if you have a diverting pathway that is made deliberately for any additional energy to leach out into, bingo!
All the wires are made out of perspective, so they're just going to act as a giant net of sorts and just attract all of it. So we do need something that just diverts.
Yes, and dampen.
Oh man.
Give it more to travel through.
Up the resistance a bit.
Maybe
Potentially.
put on some really hefty things so that they can just...
Okay. I don't get why they're trying to split the cities. What? Did you steal their town bucket or what?
Sorry, what? Split the cities?
They,
Oh, they're not. This person isn't informed of the thing that you're trying to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Is this a need-to-know basis? Do I need to leave?
Do you want anyone in the
That
sex
thing,
advice?
I
Not
think it's just
sure.
not really relevant to now. I
I
really am interested
don't
in
know
some
why
Mines
this
are,
conversation has any
Concussive.
relevance.
They just get knocked around.
Well, you guys are talking about a shrine that's
Oh, okay,
clearly
cool.
a
Yeah, so they
research
don't get
institute of the
exploded.
past.
It's just in a
not
lot of
actually
pain.
shrine. There's no god sigil.
Yes, speaking of, there might have been more around the world, but this one just happened to get scooped up. The others.
Well, from the sounds of it, there was at least one other that was confirmed to exist, according to Geld, but it was never able to be properly explored or even approached.
The likelihood of them
If we're lucky, it could be on another
seeing
city.
the world is unlikely.
You're on what floor now?
They're probably the reason it went bad.
I sincerely don't
12th floor,
Then
we're in like
this
that
could be
kind of
their
middle
contingency
room with
plan.
like the double
If things
doors.
went bad,
Alright,
this is
I'm
how
on the
we
way
fix
up.
it.
Sorry.
And now it's gone, oh, things are bad, let's fix it.
I need to just find a better word than shrine, because there is no god.
Facility?
That I can
A
probably
facility
agree with.
probably is too professional. I would just call it,
Oh,
shoot, what's it called?
Just
Ruins?
such. That is
It's not
just
running
such
in ruins, though.
an imperial way of thinking about it. Just because it's old doesn't mean it can't be an institute of some sort.
It's not an institute, though.
It's abandoned.
Right.
I don't know. It's just an old research center.
I don't think it's an
Genesis
old
building.
research center, based upon what
Alright.
we found in there.
That said,
the Regenesis project,
I
the Genesis
believe
building,
I believe we can have everything we need to get started. So,
We can?
yes,
Should I leave you be
God is
now?
here. Unless you'd like to watch the core tuning process, then by all means.
Enjoy.
Does anybody have a massive rubber mallet?
Right.
You didn't bring yours?
I'm sorry, what?
It's okay, I can do it without. Don't worry about it. Percussive maintenance. Okay.
So, here we are. It's as for its
So what is it?
going to be fitting it into the additional socket here on this. It can work in tandem with the other core potentially.
I would definitely have one. Just me sized.
Okay. I mean, it looks like it's working with a arm. That would be. Okay.
The core
Where's the
is right here. This one silver in color.
You see a orb of crystal, silver in color, about the size of a pool ball.
So you need it tuned, or you need it inserted?
Tuned and inserted to work within the framework of this. Which is why I believe
I'll do the tuning. You do the insert.
Yes.
So you wanted to do what exactly? I need to know.
This one is a... I believe it is a time core. This one is going to be not used for any offensive measures. It is simply to be able to control and manipulate the flow of time. I would imagine more of a supportive manner, if you were to put it into a role.
Oh, I have to wonder how much I know about this, but okay.
You know everything about this. You're an expert in this field.
I love time. That's my favorite thing.
You surmise that you would be able to tune it in a support fashion, though you're unsure what the specifics of such a core would do.
Well, okay. I'm just going to open up my entire toolkit to you, I guess.
No.
Quite an interesting partnership you have here.
Do you have a...
yeah, sort of rivals, sort of friends, sort of...
Just made a tongue
shed.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Do you have an idea how kinds of incredibly hard things I have to work with? Of course I have tungsten stuff.
Yeah. Silly. Should be made of crystal.
Crystal would shatter!
Obsidian. I need to carve things.
I am not a craftsman myself, but even I know obsidian would not do what you wanted to do.
Shh, I'm listening.
Actually, no, obsidian is like the sharpest thing that you can...
Looks like it was going to try to use it to hit something.
Actually, hold on. It's not right.
What are you doing with that? Is this seriously part of the process?
Just trust the process. Yes, trust the process.
Color down.
It's fixed. Okay, you can put it in now.
I was just... Thank you! Because you have to understand, I was delicately handling all this stuff by hand pretty much my entire life, and then someone walks in, throws it at a wall, hits it with a hammer, and then all of a sudden, it's lickety-split perfect.
Yes, please. I understand. I will try to trust the process, but I will be the first. Well, I'm not going to be the first to say it. I absolutely hate it. That is awful. Why do you do this?
You want it to work or not?
I currently have a gang member tied up in the clinic, so we're looking for a guard.
Okay, so just so that you know,
and a gang member who can break
sometimes when you put the quarters in, it kinda just activates on its own. So, you know, if there is a reaction, don't panic. And let's hope that we don't die.
I would honestly we don't have a lot of NPCs right now, Wolf.
Okay. There you go.
So, if you could just have them be taken off.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
very well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Give the go.
I apologize.
Alright.
No, you're okay.
Just sit over here.
Yes. Cores in. Let's see what happens when we apply the mana. What happens, Lou?
You are shocked and fall to the ground.
That's not my fault.
If there was wrong, it was your core tuning. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Hold on. I have rubber insulated gloves. Let go.
It's let go.
You see some of the wiring inside was upset by the insertion. Just needs to be rewired.
Okay, fine. Was my fault.
I see.
Shut up. My bad.
It's quite alright. You should see what happened when the original core was put into this the first time by the folks at Greedon. They are... this would have been far more preferable to what happened then.
It was just a shock. I've seen people put in cores wrong, and
you don't need to. You don't need to explain to me. I've seen it happen. All right.
I'm sorry,
Let's try that again.
Expert.
Hopefully it works better this time. Trying again.
As the activation sequence starts up, you will feel an energy spread throughout the room. But then it stops slowly after. Not enough control yet.
Just be sure it was worth it.
I feel it briefly, but not enough for it to activate properly. Would he know what the would he know what to do with it to at this point?
As a warden, you would know that that is typical with some cores. You just have to practice a little bit with it. You could keep trying. Just didn't activate that time.
Right.
Why would you question the wall hitting technique? It always works.
I believe, given that this is a potentially entirely new kind of core, it's going to require a bit of practice. Which means it's going to be a bit of quality time with it to get it ready. Probably somewhere where if something goes weird, it's preferably not in the building, now that I think about it. I'm going to take this down to a more suitable area. The mechanics area has equipment meant for putting out any kind of fire. Hopefully this doesn't catch on fire. I'd hate to have a repeat of
It won't.
before.
Unless somebody puts it on fire.
Well, fortunately, I have no intention of putting a fire core in it, so... In either case, thank you, you two.
Why did you question the wall?
Let's see.
Yeah. This is important.
It's because it's startling. Most of the time when people throw things at wall, it shatters and breaks forever.
And it hit the doorknob.
Alright, we're taking it down to the, that, big, like, mechanics building. Okay. Yeah.
The doorknob will be fine.
Why do you fight with a gun? How do you fight with a gun if you can throw things perfectly?
I didn't hear that. She's quiet.
She said she's going to the loo, and I believe in her. What am I supposed to throw?
Yeah. God. It's been ages since I've had my arms malfunction like that. Fucking hurts. Alright. This should be a bit more friendly. Let's see if there's anybody in here. Nope. Can probably cordon off the area. Center of the room. If something goes wrong, hopefully the auto suppressions will go into play. Right. Very well. Try this again. Only the time core activating. not the shadow. I'm used to that.
You feel power run up your arm. A new power courses across your body. Then activation begins. The power becomes overwhelming. And you watch as the ground around your feet rust. You can't stop it. It's pulling more and more. The ground rusts further.
So it just kind of let go of the scythe.
And as soon as the scythe is out of his hand, it stops.
Good lord. It's exactly the same as the beasts. Amazing.
You get a sense it can be controlled. It just takes willpower.
All that's required is will. That was the difference between you and I, Dimitri. You had the will to hurt. I can't make this work.
Conversation plays back in your head. One of a younger you and a friend. Remember asking how did it work? How did this magical, mystical fur guy they found work for him? And you remember him simply responding, I willed it to, and so it did.
If he could do it, why can't I? It's the same principle, is it not? Simply will it to. I studied the creature for its entire lifespan. I killed it. It should be a simple matter. Even that what gets accelerated can be brought back to its normal time. He's going to just try it at this point. Memory using that. Will it to reverse its time back to where it was just a moment ago.
You feel the power activate once more. And with a natural 20, watch as the ground below you derusts, reforms, and repairs even cleaner than when you walked in here. After you're done, it appears as if the area that was rusted is now as it was new. Cleaner than all the rest of the workshop around it. There is no breakthrough of control. You feel the power and will aligned. You have successfully learned how to control it.
Now I see why he had this surge whenever he learned about the primal core. I can certainly say this is a rush. But I am not like him. We can use this to get into the shrine. We just have to be ready. And that'll be it for right now. Truly, this research was worth it. Excellent work. It worked flawlessly.
Worked flawlessly? Oh, you went back in time and finally found your long-lost parentage.
If only it were that simple, but in small quantities. The flow of time is now not just forward.
Yeah, you can look and report that to me, please.
All
That'd
it
be
took was
wonderful.
throwing it at
I'm
a
speaking to the
doorknob.
engineer, he might be able to help us.
So it did.
So far my plan is getting me close to disable those bombs. I don't want to explode and die, but I could theoretically just send a bunch of magnets over to just scoop those little things and raise it up into the air and then shock put it and just give it a little zap.
Now
That would
this
be
I will.
nice.
Now
I
this I want to
apologize,
see.
as it turns out a large majority of our... And... The little, what do you call it, I think he called it a revolution.
The coup.
Coup that got started. Turns out, that was... like, all of, our ordnance division.
Oh.
Well,
yeah.
I suppose
I'm
now
sorry.
we know where they went.
It's fine. It's fine.
You've got an escalator.
I just noticed, is that a
Saw scythe?
I did say that was it alone.
Fuck, that is...
I can appreciate something of that design. But yes, good news. It works.
Nice! I should put my arms away, I'm way too excited.
I'm not gonna be nice about it with words. That is fucking metal.
Literally, no one knows who's that. These are
Who do that?
I like
It was
Can
very
we-
loud coming from there.
Yeah, that was the saw.
That was the.
Yes.
That was their arms.
They just revved it up.
By the way, the rest of the science team is coming to make a proposal to you.
Excellent.
Want to make
And
a prototype core based on the one they saw in there. So that's
No
probably
one
a
is
job
safe.
for him.
Jollibee bought a book of dad jokes.
I am able to talk to them now.
So,
I am done with my work
Minds.
preparing the possible.
Last I saw,
So
they were on
they
our floor,
are-
but they're looking for you. So I told them to come here, but for some reason they're not.
Well,
So I
shall
would
we?
recommend staying here and I
so
go
the
chase them
compressive
down.
mines are
Very well,
pressed
I will
into the
remain down
mine,
here.
So the pressure is activated. And they are covered by it looks like a metallic latch.
Metallic latch. Ha! Guess who can manipulate polarity? That's
Oh no,
me!
they're going to reverse the polarity of the neutron flow.
What?
In English?
Nobody gets it.
Okay. Give me a sec. Okay, so good news. The wood bridge we actually might be able to deal with. The stone bridge, I'm not exactly covered in ordnance division people after the coup, so
yeah, we have that in common.
I could set it off if we need. Anyone with me?
But yeah, the pressure ones are kind of a problem. I don't want to explode, so I think I'm worth more than a bridge.
If it were to collapse, might still be able to be fixed.
Yes.
I can confirm that.
Well, both can definitely
was-
be fixed.
Ah, I see.
It's just more of a game of,
Let's talk over here, so we're not in the midst of them.
rebuild the bridges. What the fuck?
Oh, Simon? Come on,
Yes.
come on. Let's have a look.
Go propose it.
Well, you have to think about why they planted them there.
Traps.
Right.
You're the one who knows the best about this. You brought your notebook, right?
Then yes, it's explosive, but if it's
Right.
process intentional
What is this proposal?
from the outside world, then destroying the bridges could be
I had basically jotted down all the notes I could on all of the different runes and some of the structures that we found when we were in the lava ruins place, and I don't know, I tried looking at it through the lens of maybe some kind of antique engine sort of thing, and I've been trying to construct a design using some of the details that looked like they could be part of something in that regard. And the proposal was just working on a prototype and seeing if it could help us figure anything out on how the structure might be functioning.
to make us waste time is good for them.
How many design cores would you need in order to create this prototype? How large of a scale are you thinking?
That is essentially a retreat point for all
Something small scale, just to understand how the components are working. And we still have a store of cores in the garage from the earlier tests.
Yes, we do.
So the stone one appears to be, we could just kind of
There's a possibility.
move the bits of
Understand
earth that
how
are
it
on the
works.
bottom,
The only
try to-
problem is the fact that the
I'm guessing get it from
engine,
safer
it's
distance.
that
The wood bridge, though,
if we look
instead
at
of
it as an
cutting
engine in
lines
there,
pushed into
it appeared to be more of almost a pure,
What exactly sets it off?
almost
I'm not sure,
casting focus rather than a design core. So the inherent flaws of using a design core will potentially make it harder to understand the
Yeah, that's a good
exact
actually,
functionality there.
shaking it
But it is a start.
I mean, we could try to use one of those, like,
As of right now, it's mostly just a hybrid of our existing engine designs with a few add-ins from how the structures seem to be working. So a design focus should be enough to at least
They might be functional.
make it function in an observable way.
As long as we are prepared for the possibility of the amount of dirty mana it might produce while it is operating. I believe
Right.
the only reason why that one did not have any dirty mana output was its purity. But it is worth a shot. Just as there is that we might have a way to potentially observe the
something I want you to consider
nature of the shrine if we can get
is if whether
re-access it in a way. The core that we retrieved from the operation yesterday, clearing out the Wardens, has been activated successfully. And I can at least say it has the, I can confirm that it does have the ability to reverse the time of something affected by it. There's a part in the mechanics building that is going to look distinctly different from the rest of it. It's effectively brand new. We might have a way to interact with it. I know the door sealed itself, but given... That's an excellent question. I have not tried to
From many
push that limit.
directions throughout all of Runewald, explosions can be heard going off. In a number of directions, there is cannon fire and fighting.
Wait, I didn't hear anything.
Screams of those attacked.
Do
There is
not hear
chaos.
the cannon fire?
The city is under attack.
What the?
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
It might not be best to.
Time to go inside.
Yes, now is the time to go inside.
Let's go. Yeah.
You have the go-ahead to work on that if you wish, but... Oh dear.
Actually,
Okay.
you know what's inside
The
the
machine
garage?
house is actually gonna be
Alright, so
way
now
actually
come
more
back. So
sturdy.
you already
It's
know.
gonna be way sturdier.
Do you need to be somewhere safe?
No.
He's awarded to.
Where do you want me, Captain?
I'm thinking.
I already cheated death.
Want me to go recover our people outside?
True, I scooped him out of Death's clutches.
Mari, Darian, and
Understood.
Goldie should all be out there.
Keep out of those clutches.
This might become a defensive fight.
There's 100% chance it will. We need to keep numbers spread as much as we can evenly. Watching each gate, we can't let people pressure into the city as much as possible.
Question, where do we hide?
My shop has a lot of windows. It's not good for hiding.
I'd say up
Safest
in the
place is gonna
med
be
bay or up there.
I would be up in there. You're gonna want to go to floor 23.
Personally speaking.
For Mistvale!
Oh shit!
Do not hesitate.
Okay, hi there. Stop.
Ooh.
Just, okay. You really want to play this game? Just put down the weapon, and you
Keep your eyes up all over.
For fuck's sake.
Don't let them get away.
Ah, those two got it. Keep eyes open in the town.
Said they declared war.
On me. Great.
Excited.
Didn't help that our dragon friend incinerated the guy's head, which is what made the declaration, but
I see.
they were talking about enslaving us as our only other option.
Ah. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Don't let them get away.
They are going suicidal.
If we have too many around at once. Other side.
Those couple have got it. Will not be having you. Oh my god, please don't hurt yourself for real. God.
That's green color. I don't know if there's anything different about them.
Excellent question. I'm going to support the others.
Don't kill him. Okay, man. Hey there. High five.
I think Dragon Man went down.
No, I think that's Scuff. It's
okay.
the tech
Vitals check, vitals check.
arms problem.
Why am I doing with my big arms? I can't feel shit.
Yes!
Plenty here.
Careful with the structures, Count.
You chose
this instead of peace.
No.
So why don't you watch some of your people die?
When you attacked first.
I'm not very fond of this kind of injury. That is restored at a proper form. Any injury or two. The new course suits you.
That was part of the old one. Took me a while to get back into the swing of things.
Fair enough. It's taken me a while to get used to my own. And now I have something new to work with. They're certainly throwing fodder at us. These gangs, even if there are any... If this is the best or right only consent, then they are... Oh my god. Well, they're fucked.
Indeed. I'm gonna check on the others.
Oh. I don't think this one deserves a fair fight.
Warden scum.
Keep that one handled. They forget why I was called the Reaper. Surely their leaders should have remembered if they were so willing to send me that letter.
Big gold. So you killed their leader. Can you explain that a little bit to me?
Yeah.
What was that?
Should I just tap into their comms at this point?
Next time I'm going to take my club with me, you know?
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Hey! Stop! Just stop!
I'm just going to stand back a bit.
I don't want to... Okay... Hey.
Yeah, we're not.
Just
I'm guessing we're not talking this out, huh?
Make sure you apply the poisons to them.
If that's the case, then...
Should we really be?
It is. Feels really wrong for some reason.
Abomination.
Try.
I don't want to kill you. I don't want to hurt you. Just stop. I can't even really hear you. Please. Just stop.
If your leader knows who I am, then you know this is a fight you don't want.
Oh, our leader knows who you are, Alexei. He sends his regards.
Then here's mine in kind.
Isn't going to work. You're going to.
You think he wouldn't send better guards?
Well, maybe he shouldn't be aware that he's not the only one with special abilities now.
What?
Your time is up.
This one's alive.
They disappear into dust, into nothing.
Is that the one I shot in the eye?
Okay, mind you, the first one was trying to kill me. The second one. What did you do? The last one.
Are you still awake?
The time core controls the time of objects within my vicinity, or in this case,
Just go to sleep.
Dimitri's men.
Sure, we would treat you better as a prisoner than they treat you as a citizen at this rate.
We can pick him up later, though.
Okay.
What you guys did to him? His head is smashed in. No longer recognized.
That was.
Okay.
That was me.
The other big guy is still alive, and I gave. I have two people who are still alive, and
Hold on.
Do you want to fight, or are you going to throw your life away like the rest of them?
The others ran. They turned tail and ran.
Right.
Okay,
Let's watch this gem in.
Quietly then.
Oh fuck!
Alright.
I'm unarmed.
Yeah, that one needs work.
Yeah.
do me a favor and keep your hands both up.
I'm bleeding. They cut me pretty badly when I ran away from them.
Whoa, let me.
I know that some of your friends have some grenades that have got on contact, so
You
I'm
can
just being
check me
cautious.
that I am bleeding.
Either let them go or let the masses flood in and take us all.
There's a large gas mark over his stomach.
Okay, he actually does. That's for real.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to everyone get close. Everyone get close.
Yeah.
He's explosive.
I'm just gonna.
I hope
Just
I am
going to
not
give some
explosive.
AoE healing to you. I hope so too. Anyway, this will help you move a bit better.
I'm not taking that chance.
Oh,
You're a
those-
good man, Clink.
Oh, I should not have signed up with these people. They're fucking crazy.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I could have told you that. Quite
Come on,
easily.
man. Let's bring you to medical. Let's bring you to medical and to your other unconscious.
Hey, they have a gun trained on the door in medical, by the way. So
Yes,
just announce yourself as you walk in.
Give them a code.
Yeah, I'll cover myself.
let you know whatever I know.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Let's go along, man.
They said they were going back to Greedon. I did not want to go with them, so I ran.
Stick with you till these things go.
That
So
doesn't
then we can
sound right.
first do diplomacy. before I tried to get one to stop fighting.
One moment, I'm quite tired.
That's quite alright. I can carry you if you want.
The sounds of fighting around the city die out.
What do they want?
I'm good to
It's okay.
Of course they do.
That's what they want? I thought they wanted the entire city. Their demands
They want the city for the shrine.
I see.
Apparently,
So that's his.
they're going to try to use it to take back Eden.
I don't trust them as far as I can throw
Apparently,
them.
once they do, they would rather take care of the competition before it does. Before they do take it.
Today's a nap day.
Yes, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. I've seen how power hungry he got over a mere core. That entire shrine is not something that should be allowed to get into his hands.
Come on, get up.
Exactly.
And still, some of them fought me and they knew exactly who I was. Guess that shows how much I mean to him now.
I don't think they realized who I was. What I'm willing to do for the city. I don't want to see any one of us being enslaved.
Well, he certainly sends his regards, either way. And I sent mine in kind. The new core works quite nicely. Probably want to stand on par with even him.
Good.
Should it come to that.
Is there any chance I could, if the situation's dealt with and I'm still coherent, that I could get training some kind?
Thank you.
Grabbing this.
Wrong bed. This bed.
This bed? Okay.
This
I'm so sorry.
There's technically a couple more that would have been handed to you. About 2 more of this one's colleagues. Well,
Calling them
ex-colleagues.
Yes.
This one's a runaway.
Oh, okay.
Treat him well.
Okay, grabbing the desaturation, the stitches, the cleaning material, right? Okay.
I'm going to leave you guys here. I'm going to keep a watch on the gate. If you're all here, this place is probably well protected.
I'm
Did you
here.
just slash on your stomach?
I'm here because I got caught by one of their blades briefly.
They're very kind one with the arms, but I think it is still bleeding a bit.
Alright. Just taking the clothing away. It's gonna be cleaning. Alright, round number 2. Get your stitches ready.
Oh, right there.
Numbing cream. There we go. Aki, you do the honors. You always do the stitches better than I do.
That is why I hit you.
Hello.
Hello.
You're slightly uncomfortable. It should be quick.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm pretty
Do what
quick
you
with
can
this.
do.
What happened outside? Was it like they just...
Plenty of men from Greeden tried to charge the city.
Halfway now.
They were repelled. This one's the only one that went away. One of them caught me rather good in the arm with one of their blades. If you could take a look at that.
Please do not do anything.
Right, let me see.
I will not.
Is it a deep cut?
Not shallow, but it's like about like a medium-ish cut. It's kind of like down the upper arm, basically.
I don't... It's not that deep. I don't think you've enough.
Just want to make
Yeah, no,
sure.
you're gonna need stitches.
That's fine.
You're gonna need stitches, sadly. It's not shallow enough.
That's fine.
A lot of people getting stitches. Are you alright there?
I got hit in the back with one of the swords as well.
Okay, can you check if she has a concussion? Yes. She's gonna be taking...
Like a slash.
He should be cleaning it. You would feel like sting.
When I see.
Sorry, you're gonna put the numbing cream.
That's fine.
Shallow, light bleeding.
This is
Light bleeding.
so not a missed feeling from back in the day.
You're gonna need some bandages.
She's gonna be stitching, but you won't feel as much because of the very fast-acting numbing cream that she put.
First of all, clean it. I heard
There
about
we
that
go.
before, but it's disinfecting.
At least it's your left hand, your left arm, so you should not move it too much to open it up.
Yes.
I teleported.
There we go.
I can work with that.
And
Move too quickly, and if it opens up, come back here to close it again.
I'll keep that in mind.
Sir, everything alright?
So, the deal wasn't good enough to stay with them then?
if it's too uncomfortable, I can understand a little
Not
more
that
later.
simple.
Right now, pressure is better.
You weren't really given a choice to join this group.
Okay, there you go.
Everything's
You weren't given a choice.
If you need pain management,
Are you from Greeden yourself?
Alright, there you go.
Fine for now.
Most of us were, yes. Urchins or orphans.
I see.
Quick cleaning.
So
Yeah, it's
that's
more of a join or die sort of situation.
so that's how far he's fallen since then. My condolences.
Well, much of them became fanatics after a while. But I never liked it. That's why I took on the position as a quartermaster. I haven't really left the camp. I've just been organizing supplies. It felt like I wasn't as involved.
Yeah, just.
I didn't actually have to hurt anyone.
There we go, my brand.
But I understand I was still involved.
And that is how he works.
Keeping unconscious members of his old
Any person that he
would
can
be great here
put
because
under
they
his
might
heel, he will.
if they're awake.
I know quite a lot, though. I was always around some of the meetings. If I can at least explain some of the issues, what they were looking for, maybe I could help everyone understand what happened here.
It would be very worthwhile and help prevent further conflict here if we can. I can see that you actually have a conscience.
Whenever I serve whatever sentence I assume is coming down, maybe it can be lighter if I speak. I don't know how to negotiate something like that. I'm from the streets.
I do believe that a deal can be arranged if the information that you have is able to lead to a resolution that prevents them from subjugating another city.
And at least from the looks of it, much of the plans they had have been followed by your people. I don't think they expected you to put up such a resistance.
That was throwing numbers
I'll
at
try
a
to flag
problem.
down a soldier or something. 1 second.
Hey, where are you going? I'll come with you.
See if you can find Geld.
I'm just gonna grab
Have
a
him come
guard
by here.
to take away the other ones.
I can.
Yes.
Can you watch all of them? Because there's a lot of
Yes.
unconscious gang members right over there. Also, you might need a more secure location because they might attack him if they're awake.
If they attack here, they will be making a mistake.
Don't think there are any others, unless you mean someone else.
We can never be too careful. I know him better than anyone, how much he likes to work with his surprise brute force tactics.
Oh, yes, that I'm sure of, but, the idiots who are calling themselves the bandits, after the higher-ups started falling, they started running.
I see.
The last of them have run off, I think, by now.
Very well.
I'm here to take the unconscious bodies to the prison cells.
They are laying upon that bed there. If you were able to bring them that way. This one is awake. I am speaking with him. I'm gonna just pull up a chair here. No sense standing up, looming over her. Not trying to intimidate, I just want to understand.
I'll be outside.
I heard mention that their reason for wanting this city to abandon the Maxim agreement is not just for taking the city. Holding.
I'm sorry, I was spacing out. What were you asking?
It's quite alright. From my understanding, the warlord of Greedon was looking for the city to join the Raiden League. I've heard further clarification that is about a structure that was found here. Is that an accurate assessment of what he is searching for?
If I'm honest, I think it was a continuation of things.
A continuation of things? How so? They beat you up good. This one said he would talk a quartermaster rather than one of their fighters. Was around a lot of the discussion of what their plans were, but tried to stay out of fighting until the last moment.
I apologize. I'm a bit spacey with all the pain. I will, as I was telling Sir here, a lot of us were taken from the streets of Graydon, urchins or other individuals, and kind of not given a choice. It was serve or die, basically.
Right.
And many became fanaticized in the process.
Yes, many of them, they had not seen the wealth that they had received until now. And so they began following out of blind loyalty. I did not like the life. I did not want to hurt others, so I took on the quartermaster position in the camp. When they started running and saying the fighting was ending and that they wanted to go back to Greeden, I didn't want to. So I fled and they tried to cut me down for it.
Well, I guess to say that I'm glad you weren't cut down.
I was hoping that if I tell you what I know, perhaps I can get some leniency. I understand I was a part of the group and they've caused your people harm. So I understand if I have to still face some punishment, but perhaps I could at least clear confusion.
And that will definitely help your case. Because once this is all done, we'll be going by case by case. For those who have willingly given themselves in, as well as provide information.
Apologies, can you repeat the part of that? Hearing is bad.
I said that we'll go by a case-by-case basis and be more lenient on those who desert their forces, as well as those who give information.
I don't know how much the others would give. Much of them were, as I said, fanaticized. They would rather die than to turn on the primal core user.
And that is on them. That is their choice.
But you have questions. I may have answers, so if you want to ask, I will answer.
I was told that they wanted a shrine. I was told little about it. Why? Do you have any more information of why?
Yes, this is similar to your question.
It is.
I do not think the shrine was the initial goal. We were sent here 2 weeks ago because they knew of the upcoming attendance of the people from Runewald. We were told to cause trouble and try and cause a rift. Anything we could do, basically. But a few days ago, when information about the shrine became more public and many of us started finding out about it, the leader...
Oh. He does this. He does this sometimes. I think it's his age getting to him.
Right. After information about the shrine became more knowledge among the group, we started hearing things from the higher-ups. We need to find out more about this shrine. It is, number one priority, and then we hear the leader of this group, not the high leader, talking about how that is more important than anything to do with Runewald. They talked about the future of Eden, about the remaking of the world. They said this shrine had the potential to return Eden to normal, and that they needed to control Runewald to stop the Maxim agreement from taking over the world after it was remade.
While they are not wrong, that is very well a possibility. The nature of the Biden League is not very promising in being any better of a ruler of the world, given their tactics up till
I
now.
can't tell one way or the other who is a good leader. I just don't want to have to worry about if I'm going to die the next day because I'm not stealing from someone.
You will not be forced to return to Greedon. That much is certain. At this point, if you were brought back, you would be killed. More than likely.
Killed instantly. Yes, definitely. I will take life in servitude over death.
Yes.
That is... that can be determined at a later point. The attack on the city... If they were successful, what was their plan going to be afterwards? Is there something that we should be preparing for upon the
Immigrate
return?
more people? Take it over through a democratic process like what happened in Greedon? They make it seem like the population wanted this when it was really a bunch of outsiders who came in. I imagine those people aren't coming though. They expected it to be easier. They thought Runewald stagnant and weak.
Well, it certainly has points where it has stalled. It is by no means something to be underestimated. Otherwise, we would not have been in talks with Runewald in the first place.
This agreement has allowed us to keep peace for a while. But it hasn't softened us. So, thank you, but for the time being, we will have to move you away from the med bay.
Alright, I think I'm healed enough at least to walk. Where would you like me?
Good.
I believe there are cells over in the military quarter by the airfield.
They're treating you well.
Yes, quite. Thank you.
What? Huh? Was there somebody talking to me? No? Okay.
The fact that they want the
Are you holding
shrine
up,
is...
Alexei?
I'm fine. Only one of them got a hit on me, and it was on my arm that I don't primarily use. So...
I didn't get hit, but I definitely aggravated my already existing wounds. Not ideal.
The fact that they are trying to take control of the shrine is very concerning. They're effectively wanting to harness the Regenesis program within and become the ones who dictate the future of Eden as a whole.
Yeah, I'm not really fond of that idea considering how horrible they treat their own soldiers.
They should have asked nicely first.
They're not even... A lot of them aren't even soldiers. A number of them are people off the streets put in a serve or die ultimatum.
Ah!
See, I told you.
And then a number of them just become fanaticized in the process. That one was one of the few that actually had their conscience still intact.
I still don't believe in killing them.
Unfortunately, they have been so thoroughly convinced that they need to bring glory to their warlord, or that they must die trying. At that point, it's hard to reason with
I
such
don't
people.
have to live by that. That's why I knocked out every single one that I fought. And then brought them here.
Whether or not that will be enough to cut the scales from their eyes will be yet to be seen.
You just have to have a little bit more faith in people. The only reason why they get that way is because that's the only kind of world that they know. Rehabilitation takes time, but it's worth it. Plus, having access to people who have that kind of information is very valuable.
It's a matter of if they would talk, I suppose.
That one did.
And quite a bit was learned. Still.
Sure, there's more yet to learn. Especially from the big one.
Yes.
The lanced wielder.
They'll probably take a bit longer to wake up, unfortunately, given how many people are on them.
Yes.
Time of day is now daytime.
Baking like a Victoria sponge or something. You need to whip the cream, that requires a specific amount of skill, dexterity, control. Cracking eggs is the same. Kneading the dough.
That's what one of the
Come on,
infiltrators.
sir, we have slight problem.
What is
There
that?
are runes in the ground, and they're
As you
going
look
red
down,
grass.
red grass has begun to break through many places of the concrete here.
Well, I suppose now is a
The
good
same
time.
ones as the shrine.
I suppose now is a good time to test the theory.
It's okay, it's okay.
Whether or not it can reverse this process.
Oh, I am not.
Oh, okay, Boots, Boots, come here. Come here, come here. Stand back a little bit.
Return to.
So, the other day, we went to a shrine outside of the city.
You watch as nothing happens.
Basically, it was pulsing mana, and that mana was infusing grass and such with the same red grass that
I
you
see.
that you are seeing now.
It is effectively considered in its own
Don't
proper
figure it.
time already.
What
It's
it's doing.
actively rewriting the city as we speak.
Don't worry.
Interesting.
I'm assuming you know what this is?
This is the shrine.
Magic fertilizer.
The effects of the
I
shrine
don't think
from.
shrine's a good name to keep calling it. I think it's
So.
Well,
I
what would
didn't
you
know
call
I've been
it?
out-
I don't know, the Genesis building? Or the mana emitter? Something more descriptive.
For now,
shrine, which is
priorities, please. It's the shrine. We know what we're talking about.
We all know what we're talking about with the same name. Regardless, it is a building from prior to the Calamity.
Take a look at the ground.
That's what one of the people outside was talking about.
And actively is
That's why they're
infusing
here.
copious amounts of mana throughout the land, and appears to be actively rewriting the very nature of the land that is influencing the idea of regenesis, not just infusing the land, but returning it to a
You're able to collect it without any
base
issues.
state.
Does it smell
Looks
like
like
anything
regular, healthy grass. It's like grass.
It's just grass. For now.
The time core had no effect on it, appears, which means that there's nothing to reverse its time
even-
back upon. It is rewriting the very nature of what it is influencing.
Well, I think it's hot grass. It's red, it's probably fire mana or something.
Seeing as
So it's just grass infused, yeah, grass infused with fire.
people were
That
coming
might
to
make sense considering that the
try to claim it, we
Shrine
might
had a
need to
bunch of
make a
magma
move on it
in it.
ourselves.
Indeed.
So-
At least secured for today.
Yes. Given the visions that we had seen when touching the door when it was pulsing its magic, perhaps the time influence will get us a better picture of what we are looking at here. Maybe a way to influence
Director,
it.
it was supposed. Its progress progression was supposed to reach 80% today, correct?
Fucking grass.
It's grass.
I believe
Recall, was it?
it was 25% in the evening, the night that we had gone in there.
Do you know that?
Yes,
By this point, it is probably around, if I were to guess, 65 to 70% complete.
Okay, when you
Okay,
burst
got
from the inside.
So by tonight it would be 75 to 80. Got it.
Oh, yeah,
That would be
yeah,
my
let's
suspicion.
just get
Yes.
the rain of fucking red grass that just shoot up in the middle of town.
You hear an ethereal voice echo out. Regenesis project. 65%.
Confirmation, 65%. Was I the only one that heard that, or did they all hear that too?
It was in the area.
It's just grass.
Okay, so we
The
heard
only
that.
difference is it's warm and
Okay,
Well,
that's
there's, well, there's your answer. 65% completed.
whatever that
Regenesis thing down.
Yeah, apparently it's
Whatever
65% done now, by the way.
It is 65% done. We don't know if it's good. We don't know if it's
Oh, you
bad.
know when it's
40.
done?
We may need to go
That
out
is
there
55
sooner
out of
rather than
100, which is
later.
about 6 out of 45.
Alright.
40%.
For the
If anything, we should keep out here.
Imagine you have a sandwich cut in half.
Of the Wardens.
That's half of the sandwich and
Yes.
Or if we can, actually.
of the second half.
Or
Already eaten.
if we have enough military men here that can hold the city,
That's a lot.
It is.
From the way that it sounded, the men that attacked were retreating back to Eden, so we may be able to have lessened presence here if we
We don't
can.
know. It could be. What it might not be.
Are you going to be picked up before it hits 100%?
Hey, look who's coming,
Whoa.
Boots.
that might be a thing we should do then.
We have a couple days before the shrine.
I'll inform the captain.
Can't just hide from us.
Whatever it does happens. Are you going to be
Reporting from the southern outpost.
Something happened?
I've sent as a runner. It seems all of the combatants have retreated. Many of them loaded up in caravans and exited off the western ramp. It seems they've left the city.
Remember?
Good.
Then for now, I believe we can focus our full efforts upon the shrine without worry of a
What did
counterattack.
he do? What did he say?
Keep a watch on that
I will
horizon.
go forward to report to the commander, as the southern captain wants to be sure that he knows. Do we know where he is? Where Sergeant is?
Up there, medical bay, as far as I last saw.
Very well. I'll head up there. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
He's over there somewhere.
I can't believe his old age is getting to him and he keeps
Come on.
fluxing.
Oh, there he is. Come on.
It's almost like we fought a time beast, and I was in the middle of it.
I was as well, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
I did in fact not tell the truth about a situation, yes.
Yes.
Was this after
If
when it
they
happened
are
last time?
retreating,
Or is this entirely
This was
then we should try to capitalize on that.
Was it for her own good?
Yes.
Or what you
Yes.
considered to be? To keep to
Go back
keep
to the
her
shrine.
safe? To keep you safe?
The situation will be handled as needed.
Just so that you're aware of what was tried.
To keep you safe.
Trying
Yeah,
to
it doesn't
reverse.
reverse it.
Yes.
It might be
It's
hard
rewriting
sometimes,
the very land.
but
This is why we have individuals
I
like
do understand that it is
Fine.
hard to trust someone who wouldn't tell you the whole truth.
I'll get everyone together and head out.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Sir, I'm assuming this is what that group was talking about on the bridge.
Hey, kiddo.
Yes,
What they're
there's a
after.
shrine.
Yes, and they are not to
Tell
have.
you the truth from now on, okay?
In it holds
As best we can.
some sort of core, taller than me, of pure mana, not of fire, not of time,
We'll do our best.
but
And if
pure.
we mess up, you can get mad at us, okay?
So not a registered.
All elements and none of the elements simultaneously. Pure magic in its
We'll tell you the truth, dear.
raw form.
And it's linked to the ancient civilization. Ones before the
I
collapse.
think he promised, okay?
Out of curiosity, you guys, you're like a professor or something, right?
So it kind of like holds a piece of history pretty much in it that doesn't exist anymore.
Anything that
Based off what it appears to be doing, it was a device created by those long ago as a countermeasure should the calamity ever come to pass, as a means to revitalize the world. However, given the way that it appears to be working right now, it was not built with the idea in mind that the world would
Also, I can't eat chocolate.
move on without its aid.
I can be something else.
He is trying to reset it to a period prior to our
How come makes my
existence.
tummy hurt?
Okay, that's fine.
Makes me poop. Then I poop everywhere.
And within it houses a great
You
piece.
got one more person that needs to promise you.
You guess of classification for it.
If I were to guess at that one, it would be at minimum a Class B, if not a Class A, given its size.
Have you seen Calamity?
Mm-hmm.
Shop last time I saw.
Okay. Say it again?
Shop last time I saw.
Wanna at least secure the area. We can, and if we have enough time for the end of the day,
We have to keep this one because.
it's up to you. Over to you.
So that's kind of the problem. We can't even really go back there now.
Then I am more than
If we're
willing.
gonna have.
You can't break it.
Lava monster protecting place.
I won't, don't worry.
The reason why I got the core prepared for today was to try to unlock the shrine so we know what we are dealing with, and potentially a way to ensure that we can protect ourselves from its effects, lest the city gets re-originated back to the point where everything breaks.
Mhm.
Make it go backwards. But they'd use it on this, and it didn't do a damn thing. So
That's because the nature of what it is appears to be rewriting what is natural for that.
So my question is,
affected area.
does that mean that it wouldn't work on the door at all at the shrine?
Technically speaking,
We don't know that. We haven't tried.
Fair.
it would still be worth a try. That's why I was asking the radius that you can use the core was earlier, since if you're able to use it large enough, you might be able to at least envelop the door.
I can certainly give it a try.
He likes to go by.
That's what happened to my son.
Technically speaking,
Is there anything holding us back to go and continue this and investigate?
Presently no, as it appears that the invaders from Greedon have all fled and are on their way back to their own city. They were spotted fleeing through the
Oh, that's right, I'm shy too. I
western
completely
ramp.
understand social
I'd like to suggest we take a journey then to the shrine.
That was
Or
the
close to.
discussion. I'm not entirely sure what is holding us up, but I have already spoken to Guild about it.
We also vision.
He's a bit tired from all the healing.
Is the sentinel of this beast guarding the shrine before the Gulf War?
I will say at least.
Beyond it.
Yeah. Yep. There's a bunch of lava. You gotta get across these like bridges,
It was in a
and it just like swims out of lava, goes back, swims out of lava, goes back and forth.
based off of its size. At minimum, it would be at minimum a Class B, but I theorize it is very likely a
Dust.
Class A creature.
You and your knowledge know that modern beasts weren't recorded before the time of the Calamity. So it would not be possible for one to be locked in here.
So we need a
Oh, you're telling him about the... Yes, because this monster and it was able to unleash all the magic inside of it.
I wonder.
I am so happy for you.
For Calamity class.
There is no recording of magical beasts
We don't know what would
in
happen
the days past, before the Calamity. This could very well be something made.
Or
Yes.
A construct from prior to Calamity.
It's like a sort of immortality.
Anything we can hold.
It'd be a lot easier to report to you for its accomplishment.
Just out of curiosity,
Situation.
we had a little bit of a
much worse in the city
talk about
in this
that
expedition
earlier.
to the shrine.
Well, so if it's emitting the mana waves, right? Is there like any chance that it could like just make a monster out of the magma that's already in there? So like nothing was in there originally? Because like it wouldn't make any sense that you would make that thing and then put a monster in there. Like, well, I don't know if that had a point to it. So we were wondering if it was possible that the mana that it was outputting actually turned literally the magma into the monster in there.
Given that the core...
None of us are like the magical beast, but yeah.
The core had a defense mechanism on it that was looking for a designation of an administrator. It is not out of the question that they have created defense constructs that are similarly keyed to look for these individuals and expel intruders.
This state is known magical beasts come from pods, they don't come from nowhere.
What we know
We should head out soon. More and more the structures is affected by this red grass.
Yes.
No.
I'm ready.
We don't head out soon.
So some of those in there before.
Alright, get your people. Lead them down here. One moment.
Okay. No, just curiosity. So
We will be
even
heading...
that thing is before the Calamity. Sweet. All right, excellent.
Yes,
that
we are.
makes it even more terrifying.
We
Cool.
are
We
to
have no
be...
idea what it is.
that
Wait,
these sergeants
but you can still.
have
They can still
some
sense them.
mental connection.
Yeah.
The dots don't line up.
I see. Very interesting.
We will need to tread with uttermost caution. Whatever this beast is, it is clearly not a normal magical beast. May not even be one.
Indeed.
Sweet. So what are we doing? Are we going?
We are going to be going out
Do we
there,
bring like a
yes.
bunch of water to dump on that thing?
Alright, we're gonna need to be heading out here soon.
I doubt that would have much
of
an effect on it, I imagine. If it was able to be defeated so simply as just pouring water on it, I imagine it would not have been a product of
By the way,
peoples.
Mech's fully up and running and ready for display. Hopefully soon we can get it in mass production.
I'll catch
Very
up,
well.
okay?
I will look forward to seeing it.
Are we still doing that presentation thing that we started all this for? Or?
I think right now the ultimate goal is shifted as
What
far
about
as
it?
this
If we're
effort
going in there, we're
goes.
gonna need water to stay hydrated. Remember?
Always getting
We are ultimately proving the need of this agreement. Yes.
Are they quiet? Are they quiet for you?
Yes.
That seems to be a thing. I'm having issues. I don't know what's.
I have increased how closely I'm paying attention to them by 50%.
I did it too.
The store?
Are your people ready?
Yes, this is all of them that are available for today.
And yet.
Wait,
Alright.
am I doing field work today?
We should start to head out.
You
Yes.
tasted it. I wasn't lying.
And no, you cannot use the excuse of
Do I
looking
have
over
to?
Victor this time because Victor's coming with us too.
Damn it.
Well, then you can look over him while he's in the field.
Yes, but then I'm in the field and in the
Alright,
lab,
everyone.
and then my mind can get exploded by some
Let's get
random
ready.
shots, and then I'm.
Crystalline.
I
We'll definitely be needing that
Don't
as
think
well.
that's going to happen.
I'm glad you're not.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm on protection
Yeah, they certainly tried.
I know, I forgot to go
I don't think the taser's really.
Honestly, I'm just really glad that the grenades that they had these grenades that explode on impact and then he has an axe.
No, but I need to defend myself.
For anybody who's going, it looks like.
Come on,
let's start moving. Come on. Captain, are you
Yeah, that happened right in front of my face.
That way or that
The
way?
red grass is
And it was like
Out this
growing
way.
as we speak.
That way is.
At the very least, coming with you, I can
that someone stay back, but
people trying to shut it down.
if Boots needs someone to watch over him, I'm fine with you watching. Yeah.
I'll to at least let both of you know, because I was over here from the military commander, is that
yeah, that's right.
perpetrators have left to the waste, so currently this is the best opportunity for everyone to participate if we need everyone.
You're welcome to come with Bang. We might have to fight the thing that we saw last time. So yeah, might be a little rough. Yeah, we're going slow. You should be able to run and catch up. Alright,
We should take
see
the
you
train
soon.
next time. It's like right over there, over the hill.
As you enter this area, you see hills and hills of red.
This entire area has been suffused with it.
I am camouflaged.
If it wasn't for the fact that it is changing more than just the plant life, I'd be rather intrigued by all of
2 days
this.
ago. So.
These fields are almost as red as Clink that one meeting with one of the Wardens. What?
I didn't say anything.
What?
No, what?
What?
What did you say?
What?
I am so confused by what's happening right now.
Me too. I heard something growing up.
I see.
Watch as a pulse of runes go across the ground, spreading further out.
Wonderful.
Makes you wonder if this is what the world truly looked like back then.
It's magic influence. I don't know if we don't have any records saying that there was this type of magic influencing everywhere around the world.
True. But back then,
As far as we're aware.
the world
I
had
mean-
magic back then, versus just
I mean,
the small pockets.
I guess it's feasible. I mean, in certain areas, maybe where magic was concentrated, perhaps, and there was different colors.
Oh my god.
As you all enter this space, you see the plants are almost alien in many spots. Different flora that you've never seen before. Some with odd red burning bulbs.
Like they're actually on fire.
Burning bulbs?
Like they're actually on fire, yes.
Oh.
Mr. Carbuncle, I believe it's making its home here.
Yes!
That is
Isn't it amazing?
amazing.
Looks like we'll have to move out.
It is.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Makes me wonder what other shrines like this are like. There was that other one that was
Well,
supposedly known
you
about.
see red veins through these rocks, and
I'm
realize
not gonna-
these are mana ore. Pure fire mana ore has been formed into the rocks.
My god.
Alexei, I don't think this is what the world was like back
This
then.
is pure mana ore. All fire too.
I mean, if it was, it makes sense.
I suspect either the core is out of alignment or the fire creature inside is making it go fire instead of everything.
I ran in and got a tool belt.
Who knows?
So I think something might be wrong, but I don't think it intended to be everything is fire.
Maybe, but to be fair, you have to consider that the
Who's to
city's
say?
moving.
Maybe all the other temples need to be activated, and then everything will be in balance because all the other elements will be, uncovered.
We don't know how far we've moved from its original location.
The core inside isn't only core that has every element.
If anything, we have to stop it somehow.
It's about 65. Earlier I heard that voice say it was 65% completed. So it's now.
As you go closer,
Yes, just a bit
you
ago.
see clusters of crystals lining the walls. Crystallized mana all abound in its purest form.
Wow.
I am so glad that we
It's definitely a sight to behold, but it feels wrong.
It is.
No, it's great.
It's fascinating.
What once was a
It is
stone
not.
building now looks like a red crystalline palace.
Oh my god. No.
No, it was not. It was not.
It was
You
not.
didn't tell me the shrine was
Please
made of
excuse me.
crystal.
It wasn't.
Does the door open? I don't think you were supposed to go in there.
Nope. Probably we have all
Where did he go? I don't think he was supposed to go in there.
I fixed it, don't worry.
Ah.
No, you're not.
You should take the lead on that. On this.
So what does the door look like now? Like it's is it like still?
It looks almost see-through, a bit opaque still, but made of an odd crystalline substance that radiates mana.
I mean,
does touching it
what
do the
happened
same
last time
thing
we
from
did this?
before?
If it's only doing fire, it's sort
As your hand touches the wall, images flash in your mind.
itself, there was no fire.
Before all of you experience a very similar vision at once. You see a collection of 3 individuals. Races familiar, but still unfamiliar in their garb. Dragonkin, not dissimilar to God. What looks to be a human. And an elf. Sitting over a work table, working over a large crystal. The elf turns to the human and says, "Are you sure this is necessary? I understand the theory says there is a worry of the destruction of Eden, but surely that theory is disproven." The human turns back and says, "Greenman, do not worry. The theory holds. There will one day be a singularity that disrupts the magic in Eden. That much is sure. But with this, perhaps we can fix it." The vision ends.
Oh.
So it truly. Well, I'm glad he's excited. But now, that still makes the question, is it working as intended?
You would think with a... So, here's my dumb, uneducated guess. pure mana crystal inside, fire on the outside. Some things making it fire, I think it's supposed to be pure and just whatever. But that's just me.
No, I think that too. I think
Then-
fire creatures unbalancing the
Then we'll have to try to get through to it and see if there's a way to understand what the administrators are looking for. Perhaps that name.
Doors first.
What do you think?
Yes.
Greven.
Let's see.
Door stuck.
Let's see if this will allow us the reversion that we need.
Also,
You hear a
I said
clicking,
that it was very clearly in research area.
like clockwork.
I was right.
It winds further and further
Sorry.
before a large thunk. Then the doors begin to slide open.
Oh.
Well,
It proved
good
appears
job.
that it works. Shall we?
Also, Greven was his name, right?
Greven.
Okay.
Remember that name.
Alright.
It might be one of the administrators for the crystal.
Okay.
As you enter in this space, jagged lines of magical ore line the walls, breaking through. And there is fauna growing out of much of the ground. Or flora growing out of much of the ground. Many plants of magical nature sprout out from the cracks in the stone itself.
Careful with the plant life here. We don't know what sort of properties it has.
But they explode when you touch them.
Hopefully the barrier that was originally up there has not reenacted itself.
The inside one is a different.
Well, at least we know we might know a way out.
You feel a presence, like you're being watched, pass over all of you.
Goosebumps.
I don't want to assume it's friendly yet. Just in case.
Is there a barrier over the door like there was before, or is it still down?
It does not appear to be any barrier. But as you all stand here, an energy pulses by, and another vision takes your mind. You see some of the small creatures. They are set upon tables. The big fire core in the middle being tinkered with by the dragon you saw before. These golems should do well to protect the inner sanctum. They should not harm us so long as we make sure not to mess with their work. They'll keep it maintained before the vision fades.
So it's intended.
Are golems.
So they weren't
Not a magic beast.
magical beasts.
They were created
Wait a minute,
guardians to
didn't we attack
protect.
first?
Did we?
No, we didn't attack first.
I thought it had sort of,
They started throwing. But did us messing with their flames though, and moving the rocks, we messed with their stuff.
That's why it attacked us. we fucked
Yeah.
it up on accident.
So what's the solution then to clear those gaps if it's reset?
Jump?
We either jump
I've got good
or
luck.
reset 'em.
I mean,
But
I guess
not
we could.
everyone can jump.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Go through and then put it back.
I don't think
you
we
do remember
can.
the experience. They did not appear hostile until you fired lightning at them.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that we attacked first. In fact, I think I attacked first. I think it's my fault. My bad. I thought it was going to attack one of us. It got really close on the stairwell, if you remember. I thought it was going to attack our squishy little civilians.
Then perhaps
Let's
they have
hope it
forgotten.
resets. Either it's
Reset.
reset, or maybe it only logs those who've actually actively attacked them.
to open the bridges or
Well,
something.
if they
Well,
start
that's good for
attacking
me,
while I'm
then.
there, I'll just leave.
I mean,
I'll
there's one way
cry
to
about
find
it,
out.
but it's okay.
I haven't attacked
I've
either.
never been here. Well, I've never been here.
I have
Well,
only
that's true. We can have him lead.
I have only shielded the others from inner sight. But
I
it's
could
inter.
walk ahead since I've never been here, so I wouldn't be
The
registered.
door slides open, and the heat
Well, that's
reaches
if
you
they
all.
work like that. They might not even.
Oh, I
Well, we don't.
definitely don't like that.
Stay clear of the sides.
Oh?
Yeah, there's lava everywhere.
In the
The
middle.
flames appear to have relit themselves, at the very least.
In the middle, please.
But we now know what they are for.
Well, hopefully turning these off doesn't count.
I wouldn't touch them for now.
Okay.
Wait. Hold.
Is that one of the golems?
It is.
Yes.
Well, it's not attacking on
Well, seeing as it is not attacking you right now,
Stop
Clink.
walking. Please don't.
Well, don't touch the fire.
Hello, we're here on behalf of Graydon. Can we
After
go
hearing
through?
so much about Robert, I didn't imagine he looked like that.
I don't.
I would keep
Well,
distance.
should one of the people
was
who
worth
actually
it.
like
Don't touch.
Clink.
Don't touch.
Okay.
Don't touch.
Well, it just jumped in.
We kind of have to.
Yeah.
If
some
we
of us are
want to
gonna
make
have to.
progress,
We-
we
no,
don't
all of
have
us
the
can
ability
jump.
to just... And I doubt that you can
Can you
carry
one of us
people
at a time?
over.
That would be a lot. And it would take more time, the effort to just
If it attacks
touch
it-
the fire and
also
see if the
drag and
golem gets
jump.
mad at us for.
Well,
We put out...
Touch the
We
fire.
They didn't attack us before when we put out the flames before.
Fire.
So it should just be fine. Just
As you
put
put
out
your
the
hands
fires.
upon the
and
fire,
It didn't come back to attack us. So.
you see another vision begin to envelop your eyes. You see the same collection of individuals: the human, the elf, the dragonborn, working again on the larger crystal in the main room. Shouldn't we assign an administrator to make sure it can be run? I think it should be you, Gawain. I think you are the wisest and longest lived of us. The elf steps up and places their hand upon the crystal. Regenesis Project, registering administrator, Gawain. The vision fades.
Galen. Okay.
Gale, when?
We're going to have to
When?
in person.
Gawain.
When?
Gawain is the name of the administrator.
I have a
Yeah,
feeling
true.
No, it might.
Yeah, they didn't have anything like
I'm-
a card or anything. They just.
So I
They
don't
laid
see
their
you
hand upon
acknowledging
it.
the why we are feeling this, and we're also feeling like we're being watched. Do you think that the building is trying to actually connect with us and is telling us this to help us on purpose? Maybe.
It might be an influence of the great progress of the Regenesis project.
It could also be that.
That
it could
is
it could be that,
resonating
or it
with
could
the
also just
very
be
building.
The fact that the project's.
It is clearly the Venus
you
flytrap
need to touch
closing
it yourself as well to make the thing appear.
It is all good.
Put out the fire. Alright. Careful. No, platforming.
It's not that bad of platforming.
Leave them alone and they'll leave you alone.
You said Galwin.
Galewin.
What's his name?
Galwin, the
Galwin.
elf.
As long as we don't attack the golems.
Do we have any elves with us? I mean, outside of... I'm half elf as well. I'm half drow.
I'm full drow.
Yeah, you're better than I am in the case of this.
Is it nuzzling you?
You might be, and you're in the way. Don't touch it. Just let it.
No, I think it's cuddling him.
It would be. Oh, wait a minute.
It looked
Hold on
like
a
it
second.
was. He sort of patted on.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay.
Brain blast.
Okay.
So you can connect to them because you're a magic beast.
Okay, Jimmy Neutron.
You're connected to a magic beast.
Who?
Right? You do this. You can talk to them, sense to them.
Talking's a little bit more complicated in nature, but I feel like I understand one another.
So here's the thing: they were building them, and they called them golems. They made the magic beasts. The magic beasts are golems, just following code.
Are you I don't think that might be necessarily true.
That's a very large assumption.
I think it's.
Maybe they originated from golems?
Why would they?
Unless they
Why
need
would that golem
self-replicating
nuzzle him
golems.
specifically? Otherwise, that is a very clear hint.
Right, hands on.
Okay.
Hands on the fire.
You have to
As
remember,
you
by the way,
place your hands
this
upon the
place existed
fire,
before the catastrophe. Mana beasts were,
Yes.
memories
don't know
flood
the
in
different
yet
names.
again. Another vision passes by all of you. This time you see a different group of people. Someone who looks to be of devil origin, a tiefling, and a drow. As they sit working on a massive being of rock and fire. This guardian should perturb anyone who tries to harm the inner sanctum, but does it have to be so big? The tiefling muses as they work. The drow female speaks over. We need to make sure this is secure and safe for generations. So a golem of this size need be made to guard it. Lest those who wish to harm even try and interrupt with the process. The vision fades.
Boy.
Okay.
So what are we even here for at this point?
The land we live on, or did live on, as far as I'm aware.
Here, why are we in this building? Like,
Oh,
if we're not going to
the
kill
ending
the
crystal.
golem.
We're not going to kill the golem.
Yes,
do you-
obviously not, but...
We need
If we
access
use
to
the
the
administration
crystal.
code, it shouldn't attack us.
Maybe. Gavin.
I mean, unless it's like voice recognition or like fingerprints or something, because it just put those.
He just
all
talked.
Gilwin did was put his hand on it, right? And talked.
He also talked.
So,
It also could be. It also
Yeah,
could
that's
be
what I'm
back
saying.
then. Maybe they recognize each other by mana.
I guess potentially.
We don't have anyone closer to an elf than I.
The time
We
of
don't
day
have
is
anyone-
now evening.
Wow. What do you
Well,
make
the
of
only
this
one way to
thing?
find out how it works is we go ahead and.
I am incredibly excited.
Personally, I agree.
Something went wrong if it was never activated. We don't even know if it's working right by making everything.
As
right
you
now.
place your hands over the flame, another vision takes your mind. You see what looks to be an incredibly old human with long white hair and a beard that runs far down his chest. As he stands in front of the 5 people you had seen in the previous visions. My disciples, he says. You understand what is at stake for Eden. Understand I ask a lot of each of you. But after the completion of this, the Shrine of Ignis, we shall conduct the construction of 5 other shrines. Each of you will be tasked with one of them. This is merely the template. The vision fades.
It is supposed to be fire! I knew it! We have to find
And I knew it.
There's fire.
Okay, so I have a question though. Why now?
Perhaps the time.
So I mean that in 4 other places, then
5
what's
other
happening
places.
with the other 4 main. Was it 5 other? I thought there was 5.
You said
5
it was
other.
They said there
was
would
it not?
I mean, in the.
I believe they said 5 more.
It was disturbed.
I envy those people.
And yes, it was disturbed by... Yes, it was originally disturbed by that group doing the coup.
Oh yeah!
Lovely.
Robert.
What's not to say that the other ones haven't all activated too?
Because one of them activated.
No, they did. We found burned bodies that resembled them. How they got in is a... How they got in is a different question altogether.
I might actually know how they got in, Director.
Ultimately, it doesn't matter.
Outside the door? Well, true, but at least outside the door there was a plate with runes on it, where the runes look spent, so...
Not many of us fight.
That might have been a way in. One-way trip, but...
You doing alright?
Yeah, fine.
What about Angela?
It's just mixed thoughts.
Constructed will topple over and they can't get up again.
Consider the following. The teleporter activates.
These creatures feel unnatural to you. And you feel a distinct urge to be rid of them. They are an enemy to you and you alone.
So, how's Angela feeling?
Yeah, I feel a little better that at least the people back then don't look super different than us.
Yeah! I guess
It's a little
not really
reassuring.
much was different, you
We're
know?
all effectively descendants
Well-
from them.
Monsters, congratulations, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Well, theoretically, I could be a descendant of the Drow woman and the Dragonborn man. Like, convoluted bullshit, I know. Just making fun. Idle chatter.
I mean, it's not out of the
Yeah.
question. The odds of it are...
Well, I'm not old enough.
See what this one says
What would you
to us,
mean
I
not
guess.
old enough? You...
They were around before the...
Yes, and you have had multiple generations.
I don't like them the same size as these things.
As your hands touch the flame,
Not the right word.
another vision spreads out amongst all of you. This one of just the elf, speaking to the crystal. Igni, she says. I'm unsure if you can still hear me in your hibernation process, but I worry that the activation sequence isn't proper. Can you run another scan for me? Just double check. Acknowledged. Running diagnostic scan. 32 errors detected, Kelvin.
Oh.
I knew it. I'll get to work and fix... Wait. And the vision fades as a flash of white passes your vision.
Okay.
So it was potentially.
Malfunctioning.
Shrine is broken.
They hadn't polished.
Who would interrupt?
Oh wait.
Perhaps
Unless the apocalypse interrupted.
the Calamity itself could have done it, for all we know. They were building these in preparation for the end of the world, after all.
Clink.
Or maybe the giant golem went crazy?
If you recall two flames earlier, I said that it's probably just
not the best place for me to sit down.
Stop being future oracle.
We'll be out soon. Don't
What it sounds like
If you do, everyone will be in danger. So.
might have been started too early.
Okay.
Which means now, the solution is maybe more trying to figure out what the errors are. And if there's even a way to
32 of them.
fix them.
Someone's having fun.
They've affected
32.
Air calls are the best.
Maybe we can pause it.
The potentiality of
It's a little warm.
Well, it was just in lava.
We need to figure out what's. It'd be nice to. I don't know. This is all well past what I know. Much as I can speculate, it's probably not intelligent. Don't step on that, just in case. I burned
What,
someone
this?
to a crisp last time.
Well, not
Remember the
our.
guy who tried to lead the rebellion? Oh, this one not, but the other one back over there.
I don't believe it burned them to a crisp. I believe this one was just tied to the pad that was out front. They came in here, they went throughout and probably attacked the golem.
I mean, would you like
No.
to
Well-
run that risk yourself, or just
No.
play it safe?
As you approach,
We looked at it.
you watch as the portal forms and begins to open.
I hate this thing.
And another vision passes through all of your eyes. You see a flash of white dying out. And then you see, laid against the crystal, the body of an elven woman. She has what looks to be a pierce through her chest. As she's laid back against the crystal, the room lightens again from the crystal itself. Administrator Hahn, executing protocols, defense activated, protections activated, eliminating threats. The vision fades.
Hey, so I have a question. Is it possible that they were here, like the administrator was still here when they broke in?
Gawain was the administrator.
All
That's
this
the
time?
person we just saw.
Yeah,
but
I'm just saying,
there's no way that this person would have lived through the calamity. There's no way.
Is that what the masterpiece are?
At least in my opinion.
That's what I was saying.
Not if they had also gotten proper, even.
Magic beasts are.
I mean,
they would have been able to get
The
proper
portal
treatment.
remains open, almost pulling you.
Fuck him. Whatever.
I can throw that one.
Also, if the Igni, as it was called, knew that an administrator was harmed or potentially deceased, then I don't think we can trick it into trying to gain access with it. Oh.
Fuck.
Just chill for a minute.
I wish I could see it
Don't
yet.
attack, don't attack.
We haven't caused any trouble.
If its defense protocols are running though.
Someone announced. Someone use the administrator code. Oh, not vote, but name. Actually, it seems passive.
Should I?
Yeah, just keep walking.
It's the Guardian.
It is not hostile.
As long as we don't attack. Hello, Igni. Good to see you.
I don't believe that is Igni. Igni was the voice from the crystal.
I'm pretty sure Igni is connected to the crystal.
Maybe.
I don't want to touch it.
That's fine, that's why we have the core specialist here.
Yeah.
The red runes alight across all the surfaces of this room. Fully powered.
Hmm.
When we get up there.
I wish that he would. Why is he at the bottom of the stairs? We need him.
Sit up here?
No, like he's all the way at the
Oh,
entrance.
him.
We need him.
Do we? For what?
Yes, he's the core specialist.
Hey, don't go too far up there.
We're not going to all the way.
Well, if he's going to stay all the way back
right
there.
There is where it activated last time.
We touched it last time. Basically.
Wait.
Oh.
What is
That
that?
might be Igni.
That might be the. Oh.
Friend, not enemy, alright?
That's my cousin.
You want to go say hello?
Really? No.
Do not agitate me. I am the only one who knows how to fix it.
I can try. I don't think him talking is the best idea.
Then go.
He's clicking. Do you want me to actually do it? Are you serious?
You just offered.
You don't.
Oh,
You just
alright,
said you
alright,
wanted
yo,
to.
fuck it, whatever. Alright.
Don't say you want to do it and then say you don't
Yeah,
want
just don't
to.
mess up.
I'll be down here.
They haven't touched it.
Administrator Galwin.
Are you Igni?
Are you Igni? That's a good question.
Administrator Galwin. Recognized. Terminated. Administration. Terminated. Classification Igni. Recognized.
I have an idea. It might be a stupid one, but I have an idea.
Don't do it before you suggest. Before we discuss it.
Just we need to set another admin, right?
I'm willing to do it.
That should
And-
probably be Alexei.
It should probably be someone who lives a long time, though.
Well, Alexei has a time core.
Someone who wields power.
I mean, does that reverse your aging?
Yes, actually.
Alright. Go ahead.
Igni. May a new administrator be designated.
Designation Igni. Primary Registrar for Regenesis. Administrator currently not set.
Yep.
Igni. Designate new administrator. Alexei.
Accessing database. Searching for disciple of the Great Mage. Alexei not found.
We have to find a descendant?
Descendant.
Disciple.
Requesting access from Great Database. Requesting access. Requesting. No connection found. Connection to the veins of power. Disconnected.
I was
was going to say the Calamity wiped out anybody who potentially had it, but I guess that's even worse.
Well,
It can't.
how? Okay.
Outside mana levels critical.
Here's
Reissuing.
my thing. How would there be people still around that, you know, there are descendants still, because not everyone died during the Calamity.
Exactly.
I mean, we've got a few.
It doesn't have access to.
I'll try.
It doesn't have access to a database. It can't.
There was a
It's-
dragon
you can't
kin
find the
among
database
them.
to find.
You could be.
New administrator.
Think they're doing the chosen one thing.
Alex, the call.
I mean, everyone can try.
I mean, if we can find a
Searching
descendant of
database.
anything.
For disciple of the Great Mage.
I don't think it's possible. So,
Disciple
I guess
gold.
what we could
Not
ask it-
recorded.
Whoa! I have an idea.
Wait.
I have an idea.
The names of the.
I have an idea. What was it? Greben?
Greben.
Greben.
You can give it a try.
Alright. Fuck it. New administrator set for the Regenesis project. Greben.
Searching database. Disciple of the Great Mage Greben. Found. Scanning. You are not Disciple Greben.
Yeah, kind of thought.
Which one was
Disciple
Greben
was human.
Oh, so Alexei, try again.
Alexei, try again with Greben.
I think it might.
Reinitialize scan.
Scanning. Epiphany.
Epiphany?
We are not on Eden.
Wait, what?
Error.
Did you say we're not on
Land of Eden no longer found. Connection to the main land of Eden no longer found. Database connection failing.
It will be okay, Igni.
A calamity has occurred that has sundered the world. This project was meant
Calculating timescale.
to save.
Calculating passage. $1,373 years calculated.
Holy shit.
Well, we have a timeline.
Not far before the events. Disconnection from the land of Eden occurred.
Error found.
300 years ago.
300 years have passed since this shrine was meant to be activated. The Great Mage's prophecy has not been fulfilled as was performed. Error.
Correct.
What is the purpose of the shrine?
What is the prophecy?
Great Mage prophesied a singularity of destruction of the core mana of the planet of Eden.
Planet Eden.
That did occur.
Of course it did. It was prophesied by the Great Mage.
What was supposed to initialize Project Regenesis?
The destruction of the mana core of the planet of Eden. That is the purpose of the shrines.
Automatically. And yet it did not.
It was meant to be an automatic process. An error has occurred in the process. Errors are still occurring. Counting.
Is the error-
4,833 errors.
Igni, would the error be tied to this temple being moved in some way?
Moved. Recalculating. We stand on a structure, a moving structure, above the land
Yes.
of Eden.
Yes.
Curious. Improper. Not proper. Error. Separated
What do you
from
mean?
the land of Eden, the structure cannot fulfill its purpose.
Oh, so we need to put it
back.
Okay.
Put the city back down.
Oh,
Can fix.
Which is a little
Restructuring.
bit hard to do.
They're restructuring
Oh,
this
it's doing
protocol
something.
to account for the landmass being smaller than expected.
Are you sure that that's what they're doing? Or are they going to make sure that the city's on the ground?
I guess we'll find out.
Restructuring.
Restructuring implies the ground part.
And if we are to...
Recalculating implies for accounting for the smaller size.
Do you think? Wait. Do you think it could actually be sending its mana down through the legs?
Shh.
Let's have a little bit of positivity, please.
No connection to database found.
He's the positive one.
No access to processes of magic control. Unable to restructure. Process will run rampant.
Is it possible
Can it
to
be reset?
pause the process?
Pausing the process might destroy the core.
Can't do that.
Is there a way to slow it?
Possibly.
What would that require?
We don't know
What would-
where the other shrines are. Or where we're meant to be.
I would require aid.
What kind of aid?
What would you
How can we
require?
aid you, Igni?
Time.
I would need knowledge of this time, of what is at your disposal.
I can provide
That we can
that.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Technically.
We have physical
An
records.
administrator. I cannot act without an administrator's approval. If we have been disconnected and there has been a great error, then select an administrator amongst you, and I will designate you.
That's you.
We already have.
I will
Go on,
do so.
Alexei.
Link.
Goodness.
Alexei Vaniseri.
Scanning. Registering. Administrator Alexei Vaniseri. Recognizing. Substances of mana upon person. Recognizing. Magical essence of darkness. Recognizing. Magical essence of
Wait,
time.
Oh, the arm. They're detecting the arm.
Yeah. I don't think someone with
Error
an arm
found.
would be able to do this.
Your time and age do not correlate.
I was exposed to the
Ah.
effects of a creature of time. My time is currently accelerated by approximately 4 years.
On. Effective. I will need knowledge, Administrator. Information on what resources you have available. What process would you like me to complete? There are 3 that are within my database's possibilities. I can attempt to destroy the crystal, but maintain the power inside of it for repurposes into a new shrine. I can attempt to slow the process until such time as the shrine can be returned to Eden. Or I can attempt to continue the process at full as is. These are the options available to me.
I do have a question.
Definitely slow.
Do you think that it could use some of its power to defend if we were to stop it from moving?
Ooh.
I don't think it can.
It is
Defense is not the primary requirement of
there
this structure. The requirement of this structure was to revitalize the land after the singularity.
If we go for the slow option, are the other two still available should we need them in the future?
If we slow the process, at any point an error could occur. But if an error does not occur, then you could do either a process at a later time.
Okay, so
The chances of an error.
The safe bet is to repurpose, but if we were to return the city to its origin point and allow it to finish its work,
We
presuming
have no
that the
idea
fourth
where that origin point is.
We have the records.
Centuries.
We have the records of where the land mass from this city were extracted from.
Might know.
Rain blast. I have those.
Okay, well, never mind. I didn't
We would need to be located in the exact same location to connection to the interweb of mana that Eden used to have. Those veins would be dry now, formed into crystallized magical ore.
They've been being
So long as the
eaten,
magical
though.
ore has not been removed, we would be able to continue the process.
Oh no.
Alexei.
Yeah.
What if we used your core to reverse the city to where it used to be?
You would. You are asking me.
Generous.
You are asking me to do something that would require
It is
the power of a
But
god.
here's something you can do though. Is if we get to the place and the stuff is dried or
Acknowledging.
mined, you can
The
use the
ability to
time
use
thing
core
to.
in tandem with the focus core is possible.
Oh wait.
But,
I like how nobody
would it have
referenced
enough
me
energy
either,
for
like
how many
Good
years?
job, Ness. Good job.
Yes.
The pure magical energy does resonate with the cores upon your bodies. They are of the same type.
Would we be caught in that same reversion though?
Oh.
That's the thing.
Performance of higher level spells possible with the energy stored.
With the assistance
Will
of
it
the
only
core
sap
of
it
time,
temporarily?
Hold on.
be able to age.
Let the administrator talk. You all overloaded.
What was the question, Administrator?
Which cores in particular would be most suitable for this task?
This structure does not have an affinity. It is born from the mana of the Great Mage, and therefore any affinity can be used with it.
Shit.
If a great spell is wished to be cast with it, it could use any affinity.
So time. You genius dwarf.
You should inquire.
But
I did it.
What would the
does
effects
it have
of
enough energy to
using
turn back time?
a spell of time upon it?
Would depend on the spell.
Reversion.
But remember, ask about the magical beast first.
We risk making this city disappear from.
Term magical beast not found in archive. Unknown.
We could just focus on the structure.
It needs the
It
data.
doesn't know about magical beast.
It
So
needs the
if we go
data.
back, we'll be sitting ducks.
The
Administrator Alexei,
is that
Yes.
it's experiencing 4,000 errors.
can you inquire about how
That's how many
to
errors are left after.
how this individual can gain the knowledge it needs to work off of?
Slowing it down isn't an option in my mind.
Ah, true.
The knowledge that you seek about the current point in time that we are in. What forms
You should tell it
could
to
allow
Alexei.
you to gain that information?
Do you think that we could possibly make a connection to the city's legs?
Books.
Where it could
Data.
tap into the ground from there?
Or mana transfer.
I
if the ability to do such still exists in this time.
So no. Yeah, this is why
I could offer myself as Warforged.
I'm trying to help.
I do not know if it will work well, though. I did not see any Warforged manipulations.
Helps.
However, you are a being that is powered by mana, and thus carry knowledge.
Ask it.
Term Warforged not recognized.
Could I ask you, Administrator, permission to give them the knowledge of my kind, as well as the knowledge I have collected from since construction?
Hostile beast detected.
Do so.
Oh.
Huh?
We are to be attacked.
Hostile detected.
We are to be attacked.
No, they're talking about Victor. Victor.
He needs to leave then.
That's individual.
Noting psionic signature. Threat detected. Should I neutralize, Administrator?
No.
Very well.
It could
Depowering
be
defenses.
that's come into the temple.
Oh, it has defenses.
Yes, we noticed.
Or inside here.
But inside it.
But yes.
You know, I'm gonna shut up
Provided,
now. I'm gonna shut up. I'm just
provided
gonna sit
the
here.
information that you wish to give about your kind, as well as whatever knowledge you can share with via the connection.
Just in case it wasn't actually talking about the sergeant.
Whatever is found lacking, I can bring some books and records.
Yes.
Allow me to see your core.
Yeah, please do.
Processing. 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 Interesting. There is data you do not have access to yourself. Would you like me to unlock it?
Oh boy, here we go.
What?
Yeah. Yes, please, if your administrator allows it.
Proceed.
Administrator.
Yeah.
Proceeding. Unlocking. Unlocking.
Personal information.
Data unlocked. Processing complete. New information found.
Hey, Administrator of the High Mage Shrine. Try to ask it to diagnose how many of the errors are associated to it being disconnected from the veins, so that we know if we need to fix something if we're going to replant it.
Especially with the new information.
How many of these...
Reconnecting to veins will not be effective. With the information provided by the Warforged, I have realized the veins have been mined for resources. They are broken and therefore useless.
Can we not replant them? Oh no. Well, that's a pain.
There have been crystals formed from the pulses of mana from this shrine. Would that be able to restore them using the land itself?
No.
The best use just be repurposed.
Eat it is lost.
And get it for something else.
What is lost can be found.
Indeed.
Ask it the right question.
This structure's function is no longer viable. It will not work as intended. Repurposing for a different purpose will be more effective.
Looks like you have to live in the post-apocalypse for a while.
Would it still be effective where it is located, or would it still be better suited to be returned to the planet proper?
Do you think that humanity,
even with a
everyone else
repurposing,
alongside, would even be able to process magic
It could be attempted,
in their body?
though without the internal core of the planet intact. It would simply become a beacon for these creatures.
Yeah.
I fear it may already be a beacon, given the process that has already occurred here.
Indeed. With that in mind, Go ahead.
Go on, see if there are solutions it can calculate for you. If you ask it the right questions, it will give you the right answers you're seeking.
Yes.
With the errors that have been detected, how many would be repairable where it is currently located upon this landmass, if repurposed?
To think that they could construct.
Repurposing would cause a different outcome altogether. The errors that are currently in play are only in play for the process that is running currently. Regenesis project is where the errors are occurring. If repurposed, there would be no errors.
Administrator, maybe you should ask them what the Regenesis project even is.
To restore magic to the land.
Well, it's better to ask them. It's better just to ask rather than assume.
Anything to ask how?
It's to repair Eden from the Calamity.
What would be a viable alternative to the Regenesis project with the power that is present within this temple alone? With the available land.
The power of the crystal itself can be used. It is raw power. It can be used for whatever the administrator wishes.
What if we found the other ones?
Are there even other ones?
There are. Remember the vision.
There are 5 other structures.
Yes.
Could ask for the locations if it is able to detect preferably the location of the rest.
Were such locations
Unable.
We only
recorded?
have their origin points.
They were made after my creation. I was the first.
I see.
They were the other.
It does need that knowledge.
Fire. Everything starts with fire.
There is...
Administrator,
Yes.
may you ask it how to identify the other sources? If it is his first, that means it is possibly made in the similar image. Sorry to...
It is alright. The other structures... How were they... Were they created with this in mind? How would they be identified?
Unknown. The other structures were made after my creation. I do not know their whereabouts. I was set to hibernation. However,
For all we know, some of them may lay in the wasteland.
Yes.
each of the structures were created by one of the disciples of the Great Mage. Records of each disciple are likely left around the land of Eden. If you were to locate their records, you may be able to find more information.
You recalled the location that was told to you of one of the other 5 that was identified to you. Are you able to share that information? You might be able to provide it insight to the project beyond its own creation.
Here's to all of us, a failsafe to fix the world that cannot fix the world.
Maybe it can't on its own.
For the time being,
Maybe we just need the other ones.
the ability to repurpose this would be the safest for this landmass. With it,
I will require the affinities of every core magic to stop the process, then.
We would need to reseed every vein
Every?
that has been...
I have fire
Maybe you
and
should
air.
ask them what every core
define
is.
every element that you...
Not every element. There are far too many to name.
Just all of those that are present.
Awesome.
But the core elements. Fire, water, earth, air, ice, lightning, dark, and light.
I have air.
I've got ice.
electric.
I have dark.
I have earth.
I have fire and air.
I'm all about dark.
Dark.
don't know about light.
Anyone
Light
have
and dark are
light?
I've got water.
pretty rare.
I don't know if we have a light.
Well, the director.
Do we have light?
The director has.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know if we have a.
Yeah,
I don't know if we have a light.
I don't know about
which is
light.
the-
I have light.
I don't think we have any designer.
Could you
equipment.
ask how they are
How do you think the yellow
receiving
crystal on my gun
these
is for?
elements, whether it's permanent or temporary?
We've got them all.
How would you? What would
we do have them all.
What would happen upon receiving the aid
I'll
of
let
these
you handle the
elements? Would they be drained permanently or just to support the cast?
They will be used for the casting of what is known as a great spell. A great spell is something that is unknown to your generation, but is using the elements of all core elements to change causality.
Causality?
Causality?
I see.
That's a bit.
Action,
I am so
reaction,
glad we didn't lose this place.
cause and effect. This is the
In common.
Exactly.
logic.
Basically.
Then do
well,
we
then,
have a
if-
representative of every element?
Action, reactions.
Yes,
We do.
we actually do.
Very well.
Alright.
For now, I will simply be using this to stop the process of regenesis and disconnect the core. From there, Administrator, you can use the core as you see fit. It will not have a process until you provided one.
Very well. You will remain a part of this core to assist in that process, or will you disappear upon the
I have to.
deactivation?
That is my purpose.
Very well. Then let us begin, and channel the affinities
Please,
within your cores.
gather around the core and focus your magic on the core itself.
Time for me to move out the way.
I will restructure the magic properties and make sure the process does not end in all of your untimely deaths.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
What a shame.
Beginning process. Accessing administration panel for regenesis process. Begin casting. Now. Concluding processes of regenesis process. Reverting changes. Reverting. Reverting. Finalizing. Disconnecting power from main core. Error. Reattempting. Error.
Seems
Reattempting. Completed.
Low and steady.
Third time's a charm.
Beginning. Final disconnection. And powering down of temple structure. Golems powered down. Force fields powered down. Element control powered down.
Wait a minute. Are we going to be
Mana
trapped?
control powered down.
I would worry more about what's going to come into the temple now.
Keeping
that its
auxiliary
defenses are
power
down.
focused.
We're not in the city.
Successful.
On the structure of the city.
Completing final
No, we're not
processing.
on the city. Stop powering that down. This isn't. This isn't. We only have
Error. Reattempting.
Scientists are always bickering down there.
Error. Reattempting. Error. Reattempting. Error. Reattempting.
Actually, I didn't know it was.
It might need percussive maintenance.
No.
Do not
I don't
strike
hit
it.
this thing. I will strike you down myself.
Final disconnection successful. Process stopped. Regenesis is concluded.
See, threatening it may work. I'm telling you, man. It always works.
Thank you, Igni.
Very good, Igni.
Thank you.
We will return to provide you more knowledge of this current era. In an attempt to help guide a new purpose for this structure.
Withdrawing to core for hibernation. Call upon me when you are ready, Administrator.
What did it unlock
Yes.
in me? It probed inside. What did you do?
Memories. Goodbye.
And there goes. I was going to ask if we actually know the other disciples' names,
It
all of
could
them or
be.
not.
It could be the fact that you might have
We can do that on a later
had
date.
some blocked
We will have
in the past.
We will have to return to provide it
You
with
might just need
knowledge
to
to
find the
guide
right memory
how we are
pathway
going
and
to
just pop it in.
allow it to be repurposed.
Sorry that that's the case.
So, okay, now Alexei, I'm going to say this to you now because you do have to prepare for this. Now that it doesn't have anything assigned to it, it is now the worst possible thing to have stolen from you because now someone could technically repurpose it to anything else.
Yeah.
Also, hopefully repurpose it back.
Wait, before everyone leaves,
I cannot hear you at all.
gather
You're
close.
so quiet.
I can't fix that, I'm sorry.
Everyone get close.
Gather close. Gather close.
Cool.
Right. What has happened here today does not leave anyone from us here. No one says anything. No one says anything about the crystal. Nothing. We cannot risk getting this information out. Except those who we can trust. And even then, we need to make sure that we can trust them first.
Unable to do so.
The, head of, Reinhold, the principal, you can trust him.
That can be exception.
And very good.
We're in this together after all. But anyone else?
And you're definitely going to need more wardens anyway. Yes.
Yeah, I'd like some help, honestly.
This place no longer has defense.
Yes,
we,
as I said,
we need more
there can be
defense.
exceptions, but we can confirm that we can trust them.
Yeah.
Question.
The city defenses will need to be extended to cover this place. It's no longer defensive.
Where's Victor?
He's sitting outside.
We should probably inform
Definitely going to need to send a
Probably
local
inform
warden
him
than
of-
we originally anticipated.
We will.
Hey.
That is something that we can certainly do. But
I think it's time to leave.
we cannot solve
Yeah, I don't think we have
anyone else.
any other purpose to.
Yes, I'm aware.
Not that there's any risk of it, doing anything bad now, but hopefully.
Well,
We've
we don't
sol-
exactly want a coup to come in here and steal it.
We have solved the immediate
Yes.
problem of it
Yeah.
overloading the city with the number of errors inherent to a process that was not designed for its current condition. We will need to have a rotating watch on the area. And
A very dense watch at that.
for myself, I may have to remain here as its administrator in case of an emergency. I can do that overnight.
And we have multiple administrators.
We can solve that.
That we
I don't know
I
if
wouldn't
that's
recommend
needed.
adding
but-
any more.
Yeah. But
That being
I,
said, having someone come by, bring him food and stuff while he informs Igni more would only benefit them best.
I mean,
Honestly, I think that's the best way to use their time.
I could.
You know, I thought for a second you were saying to bring Igni food, and I got very confused.
No.
Igni's very hungry. It's been 1,300 years.
For that,
decide this with ourselves, with our council. Thank you for your input.
I mean, we've been mining
But
for what, 300 years at this point?
we can take care of our own city.
More or less.
Okay. With all due respect, this isn't about your city anymore. This is about the potential rehabilitation of the entire world. Fuck off.
If the
We will protect this place.
could just
Aye.
nearby and then line them into a
I
thin
do agree with
sort of thing.
Clank, though.
Unless something occurred.
They might be thinner, but
I apologize on the council as well as the headmaster for where we hail from. He does not know political things as much as myself and Dusk do.
My entire
I
Thank you, Ambassador.
profession has
for the time being,
contributed.
those who are not going to be remaining for
Going back to normal.
the remainder of the day should
Amount of dreary dread
return,
that runs through my mind.
try to find a knowledge that can
Well,
assist
this might
Igni
not happen in
in
your lifetime.
allowing us a way to use this to our own, if not all of Eden's benefit, as well as protect it against those who would use it for their own benefit, such as the Raiden League.
Between one and whatever.
Yes, I know.
It is definitely behind.
There's a numerical.
If, for defenses wise, if you need me to mold blockades, I can work on that.
How it works, we just ask.
We are literally underground.
For the sake of the night while the barrier is down, if you are able to raise anything like that, that would be appreciated.
It's not a big deal.
I can do that at least in front of the doors down here. Not too close so it doesn't affect the doors, but
Enough that it would create a choke point for anyone trying to force entry. From there, I can handle it.
shame we don't got big fiery boy over there anymore. Considering it said the golems are powered down.
There's nothing saying that we cannot repower them for our
Though I do
own
believe my colleague
aid.
is correct in some circumstances.
It is true.
What you have here is the key
Also,
to have the world back.
I
And
know
I do
this.
not believe you can do it alone.
if I may, Alexei,
So I will offer.
No.
I will.
What?
using
What I was
your
saying.
new core and getting the city back to its
We can
original
discuss
point,
ourselves first, then we can discuss with you.
couldn't we technically also, if there's enough
My
power
first
still,
and foremost
try
is the
to
city.
reverse the
And the
ground
people of it.
around to repair the routes?
If there is no
Given that
people,
what was originally
there's
there
nothing
has
to
been
restore the
extracted
land.
and moved away, you cannot really
We must be
restore what
cautious.
was never there to begin with. Just
I
as the
understand.
effects of regenesis
Just know there are
rewrote
people
what
here. We
was
have no
always
people
there,
Hmm.
which is why I was
I
not
know.
able to reverse
You
it.
know you can do go out across the land, and as well I do know your
I guess you
knowledge
could kind of
the
think
Wardens.
like
We
we're
get together
underground
for
right
one.
now. If they casted it right here in front of me,
I
you
can
wouldn't
offer
slowly
assistance
bring
if
the
I
earth
let
back
this
right here
knowledge
in front of
to
me.
the council as well as the headmaster. He will offer
Not here anymore.
services to lend you an aid.
Plus, if
Do you
it's just
accept?
reversing time, we would need all of the resources that were mined out of it to be replanted in the ground.
We're already part of the league.
I will make
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably scattered all over.
Thinking
the
about it,
doesn't-
I can
I don't think
contemplate. I can
Once you
contemplate
discuss
the
it,
ideas.
we can
I will need time.
So the ground wouldn't
Because I do
remake
agree,
the
but
curse.
we must talk with each other first. That's how
The
we
only
know.
idea that I thought of
The
was
other-
it
All
said
of you standing here, watch as the runes along the walls depower. And then you hear the clunk
There goes the glowies.
as the core in the middle loosens and can now be removed.
Oh.
Oh,
We could also
Administrator
move
touch
it.
only.
We
It could very well be moved to a location that is defendable within the core of the city, should we wish.
without the core, this place is useless.
We can bring it back when we need to.
Indeed.
I guess the problem would be to carry it out.
Either way,
There was some sort of religion.
We have
Yeah,
elected
a time.
We do?
The great prophet
think of anything that
But, as I was saying,
I don't think he's going to carry it out.
Yes, sorry.
Also, it doesn't
I
seem
apologize.
sorry.
For now,
Yeah,
I
it was
think
super. Anyways,
remain
what I was saying is that we would most likely agree.
rather than move
Afraid.
They were probably attacked by people who thought they would move.
in the system to help.
I will make sure that the
Just we
council and the
can't
headmaster.
overstep their bounds.
Plug it back in.
Wait.
I understand.
Maybe
and I
I'll-
represent both of them.
Ask
I will assure you that the council will only
Ask
speak to
Kara
you, as
about
well as the
that
headmaster
prototype
for
of
any
hers. We
information
could
you're willing to
always
share with them.
make use of it to move it at a later time if we need.
Well,
I don't know
Overstep
if
their
I
bounds.
don't know if
I
get in
don't
here.
agree.
That,
going to
it's,
get
it's
anywhere.
like
I
extremely
understand,
large.
and I do
also bridges
apologize
and
on my
doors.
colleagues' behalf.
Hello.
They are so
There's so many
We could
people
use
talking.
some of
This is
the
sensory overload.
testing Maybe we should just reconvene back in town and have these talks.
Do you think your prototype would be able to lift?
I would remain here with this.
I really don't think we should be moving.
Hold on, hold on.
To be honest with you.
Okay, how far down does this go?
I'm just asking because the director asked me to ask.
It's actually
Like,
only
is
the
it
top
connected?
piece.
The
That is
Oh,
the
so
top
actual
that
crystal
thing.
itself.
Yes.
Oh, that's probably unless it's a lot denser than lead, it's probably going to be able to be lifted, because the mech's designed to carry massive containers loaded to the brim with materials. So yes, the only issue is getting it through the door. Captain and I can carry it. I should be able to crouch
Do we
down.
want to leave it here or take it back with
Unless we
us?
just build a smaller version.
If we leave it here, there's a risk we would have to have constant
Can I chime in?
patrols. Constant.
You don't need to ask permission to say your piece.
Almost every time I've been out on patrol, I've seen somebody watching me. The chances are if we move that out of here, they'll see it.
They'll see it immediately, and then they'll know that it.
They've probably seen us come in here regardless. But
They already know there is something of value in here.
Yes. And they
now
know
they
that we
would have
did
seen us
something
the
here.
turn turning off.
Because everything else
Think that
outside is turning back to normal. Especially the red grass.
Unless
Actually,
we set up
that's a good
we don't
point.
wanna leave it unguarded.
We need to go now,
Everyone knows
because if they can
something
see from the
happened.
outside that it's turned off,
And we
they
can't
might try
protect
to
it as
come
well
in
here.
because they
Most-
think that whatever's in here is
The
gone.
people that were attacking us fled, if you recall.
Leave it up to your judgment, then.
But that doesn't mean there might be more coming
They're like
back.
scouts.
It just puts a target on the people who are keeping it safe in the city too. More people are going to know about it.
Put a crate around it.
Yes,
I don't know
because
how
we
you
have
plan
a
on getting
because
it
we
for
have
security
A standard
without
ore
being
crate.
Seen by at least a few people.
Yes, because
Well,
we just have that
the
on
mech
us.
can bring a
And then kind
crate.
of
We put
glowing-
it in the crate and then we transport it back.
Large crystal.
We can get a small crate.
Fair.
Aye. We get your mech here to bring it in the crate back. We get Richter to
Where it
bring
is
it out to the door.
Highly secure. That sounds like a plan. Especially on the top floor. Crate time.
You gonna use it as a decoration?
No.
I
Unless you wanted
can.
a decoration for our council What's... meetings.
Do we have a vault or a very secure location?
Maybe you could put it in the mines. Not the mines.
I'd rather not put it into the mines.
There are places
Yeah,
within
the time of day is now night.
There are places within the.
If there's any lingering magic beasts, it would get to it.
There are
No,
places
I
within
agree,
the
there could be
institute
is the
itself.
securest.
We should probably head back to the city.
Well, the Mage's engine is well defended. We can always put it near that.
That's because I happen to know we're underground.
The risk is it would might.
For now, we do not.
Boots is
For
gonna
now,
be
we
so
do not
mad
have
at
a
that.
way to move it, so it needs to remain here until
We
something
can't-
is
we can't
settled
tell.
there.
we can't tell them the full truth again. Ah, shit.
Well, if we have a container.
Raising a
We do
child,
not have a
Bang.
container with
Welcome
us.
to the club. I raised
The
target.
mech can bring a container.
Yes, which means if you're going
Mech
to do
brings
it,
empty
then go
container, we
get
put it in
it.
the container.
And then, but
I-
just standing here is
No one
not
told me
helping.
to go get it. No one told me to get it. I thought we were still discussing if I should get it. I'm going to go get it.
I know, but the yelling one.
Go get what?
Fucking.
We are not yelling.
You all need to just go
We're
with
just
them.
kind of talking. You walked over.
I
You
could
are.
hear her from across there as if she was right beside me.
My baby's got the power.
It's like 5.
It is like 5 feet. It's.
See, look, the council member, he's done with it. Look, he's in the ground.
I am as well.
The people are constantly
sorry.
bickering
I'm
and
sorry.
providing constant stuff without actually coming to a solution.
Sorry for trying to keep this
It's
heavy
just a bunch of
situation
fluff.
positive.
You meant to
I
have
tried
a
so
bunch of stuff
hard
that just keeps getting added on and making it more difficult to just do.
Chance in hell.
To not
that
come off as a
Give it to Susan.
bitch.
is getting through the front door.
I've had it. So can you just please let me have a little friendly banter? Because holy fuck, you've not understood what I've gone through these last few days.
Ah, okay.
If you're quite done,
Thank you.
you all can
Go.
go.
Are you staying here?
Yes.
I'll be sure to come back sometime in the night, since I did say that I would bring you food.
Very well.
Okay.
Who all is staying here in this chamber for the night?
I'm going back to the city. I just need a moment.
I'll be going back.
I'll be heading
Shall we
back.
go there? Or one of you gonna stay here?
I will be the last one out, so that way I can raise a barricade in front of the door so they don't have to worry about a night attack. That way, when people are ready to come back, I can open up the way. But I'll
You
be
and I
back here in
can
the morning
go
regardless.
last, I guess. I feel horrible.
I guess I'll start making my way. Do you not feel horrible?
Sounds like if y'all like that.
I'm gonna be real with you, Captain. We were talking and they walked over to us. Do not worry about
Alexei, you feel a pulse of power run through your veins. You feel yourself becoming stronger.
Many people were talking and it became sensory overload, so select people become...
And after a moment, you realize your time is back to normal. You feel as you did
gonna be
before
okay
the
in
magical
here?
beast.
I'll be fine.
I'll get back. Okay.
Come find me.
well... Seems Goldie's gonna stay with you, so... At least you'll have a talking companion.
I've had. I'm used to working.
You will have a talking companion anyway, Administrator.
Just because you're used to it doesn't mean you have to.
You are not required to stay
Fine.
here with me, Geld. This place will be fine for
What I
a
want to.
while. Suit yourself.
I'll catch up in a moment.
When will the Mustang one?
You did good.
Not today, at least.
Thank you.
Don't know what I would have done without you guys.
But before you go, I do have to talk to you about something.
Do make sure they aren't doing anything reckless. We need a plan before we move this, despite their eagerness to get it
Yeah.
located somewhere else.
I just wanted to figure out what I should tell everyone, given that, you know, the only council member coming back from all of this is me. What do I say and whatnot? Because people are bound to ask questions.
We have found a solution to prevent the regenesis effect from further damaging the city. Nothing more is relevant.
Alright, you know, you already know how I'm gonna word this. The red grass has been stopped spreading, they need to stay back and make sure it doesn't spread more. Okay, thank you.
And if they ask more questions, simply deny them. They have to accept that if they were not privy to it, that it is a matter of information security.
I hope your team
Mm.
monitors his mental state and emotional.
I...
Pardon me, I am wrong. Their mental state.
Who would have thought that we'd be at the precipice of finding something that could save the whole world?
Certainly wasn't what I thought I would be when I started doing a research project. Yet
I
here
just
we are.
signed up for some practically just guard duty and killing some magic beasts for you guys occasionally. I mean, to be fair, I didn't start here, but I ended up here. I owe the city a lot, so I'm glad I could at least be here to see this, even if I didn't help a lot.
You helped more than you realize.
You're just trying to be nice now.
No. You helped in many of the things that I've sought to do here. And now we hold the very way of potentially returning things back to a way where they once were. Maybe not the way it was originally envisioned, but one all the same. Although you should probably not keep your cohort waiting.
Yeah.
I don't think they know anything of the magical beasts. I don't think they were expecting that.
That is why we can
I'll see
give
you
them what
later.
information we have. After all, we were the only city to run a magical beast curation program. Many decades of knowledge can be leveraged, as well as data shared from the other cities. That network is available to us.
Indeed. But I do believe a second administrator would be good. Because if something were to happen to you, the same situation would happen again. And anyone would be able to become administrator.
We can discuss.
So if we want.
We can discuss how, if that would even be possible, as it seemed that every one of the structures was designed to have one sole administrator in mind, but a protocol for succession to lock it to those who would have the knowledge passed down from the previous in order to do so. So that...
That is correct. Administrator, you can designate a successor.
That is a really strange feeling. I have received confirmation that is indeed how it could be done. A successor could be designated, or even a process of which one can be determined through a means that would be only known to those who are proper successors. I can work on setting that up. Make sure that it is properly taken care of.
Good. That's good to hear. And I have another question.
Scanning completed. 2 anomalies detected. 2 other figures out of time detected.
2?
Who are the other 2?
There's only...
Names unknown.
There's only... I know you have had your time. Is there someone else here? Igni, how many
Bodies
individuals
destroyed.
are within this room?
2. I am detecting upon the entire idea of what is known as Runewald.
Ah. Is Geld one of the individuals of whom is outside of their proper time?
Names unknown.
Wait.
One appears to be a dragonoid. The other appears to be a beastkin.
Wait. The two who were...
Beastkin.
The two who were lost. The Wardens. Your son.
Wait. Can you use the crystal to turn back time?
If I were to try to use the core by itself, it would likely shatter it without any knowledge of if it would even work. This, however, could perhaps bridge the gap. But would that... How much of its power would that use?
The amount of power to fix such a anomaly is unknown. It would certainly not take all of the power stored within the core, but it may overload the time core. It may be effective, but it may destroy the core in the process.
We can bring them back.
And may yet lose the only way that we could have. You don't even know if they would be brought back as themselves.
But we would know. If it's just time, nothing would affect them. It would bring them back the moments before.
It is more than just their time, Geld. Time does not just solely affect the complexities of life.
The Administrator is correct. It is unsure the state at which the entities will be brought back. There is a probability that they are brought back as was. There is also a probability they are brought back broken.
That could be consigning them to a fate worse than being left dead.
The probability is unknown. The causality of such a choice is unknown to me. The potential is there. Without doing, we would not know.
There are too many unknowns. If we lose that, we lose one of the greatest tools that we would have for the city that could interact with this as well. There is far more that can be done than risk bringing back somebody who would be effectively potentially rendered something worse off than if they were still dead. Do you want to live with that possibility that you could be looking at something that you would be unable to recognize beyond the fact that it merely resembles somebody you once knew?
Do you know what it's like to lose a child? I been told there's a possibility of having to come back. Do you know what that feels like?
No, but I also know that trying to play with something that you do not know what the final outcome is, you could greatly regret what happens. Don't end up like me.
Their time is currently halted. There is not a requirement to complete the process now. Ergo, you can take your time to make your decision. Which is fair, because I believe your shutdown protocol is beginning in 5 minutes.
Please.
You don't know what you're asking for. You don't know what you are going to...
As the light darkens around the city will go to sleep in 5 minutes.
I am focused on the betterment of this city. I cannot risk that for the possibility, not the guarantee, that it would bring back 2 people in a state that could very well be worse off for them. You are a councilman of this city too. It is for the betterment of more than just yourself. That was the oath you took. Messing with the reality and flow of what is natural is a dangerous drug. It becomes easy to say what if, what then, when the possibility is there. But that is the very same That is the very thing that led someone I know into becoming a monster. With a different power, but one that could similarly cause such things one would call miracles. I am not going to let it be used in a way that goes down the same path that led them to the very people that became our enemies. Let alone risk the fact that we could lose that advantage against people like that. I am sorry, Guild. You are my friend. And that is exactly why I am telling you it is not a good idea. I know. I'm sorry. But there are some things that should not be attempted to be changed
You're right.
But they are never truly gone so long as the memory remains. You know that. It is always a temptation. And it is in those moments that truly define whether we are in control of ourselves or not. What?
I am stuck in the ground.
I think it's time. I think it's time to respawn, anyways. So,
Help me up, please. I require assistance.
Hold on, hold on. I will bring you back to spawn.
And with that, the barrier darkens. And
To spawn
day
with
of the
you.
world comes to a close.
Christy, I just want you to know that you joined the channel and announced the thing. You did the yippee.
Yeah, I did the meow. I'm sorry.
You cut my monologue off. Shut up.
Sorry.
Another day in Runewald comes to a close. And with that, the solving of many of Runewald's final problems. And a wonder of what remains for the future of Runewald and the future of Eden as a whole. With a few final decisions to be made amongst the people. We'll return next time for the
You
finale.
have no idea.
of the
I rolled
series.
to see if Gold would attack you.
Thank you all for your
Just take the
participation.
time core.